Montgomery speaks
He
first,
goes
and then you go
first.
into the room.
So Robert Thomas was the first player to talk, and his tone was, yeah, it wasn't great, but we got a good team. Basically, we'll be fine. And it is 6 games. So I understand his premise. But then I turned to JR after Thomas talked, and I said, kind of strange, isn't it? Like Monty seemed like he was ready to throw something down the hallway. And then Falk, Tucker, and Thomas were all kind of like, yeah, it wasn't great, but what are you going to do? I just wonder if Monty, let him have it after the game. I have no idea. And then they were like, listen, it's fine. Everybody calm down, which is probably fair, but you got 6 games, and three of the 4 at home have been duds.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 shots on goal through the first 2 periods is hard to watch. Luckily, the Jumbotron had a big night. A lot of fun with the fans. Otherwise, hard to watch.
What was doing on the Jumbotron?
Well, they do a lot of fun and games. It was also hunting and fishing night.
Jackson celebrated that on yesterday's program.
Did you?
While you were at his parents' place in Montauk.
He's quite an outdoorsman.
Yeah. Was excited.
They had a lot of sketches and bits related to hunting and fishing night. And they look like a lot of Blues fans enjoy hunting and fishing, I would say. It was a good match,
good.
It seemed.
All right.
Not so much in the suites, but yeah, some of the folks there. But other than that, the Jumbotron fun, the game itself, kind of a snoozer. They did tie it, but
Well, Bennington was awfully good.
Yes.
If he hadn't played as well as he did, that might have been 5 or 6 to 1 instead of 1 to 1 after regulation.
Felt that way.
They're not happy because the YouTube wasn't up at 7 o'clock?
Oh, brother.
Yeah, it was for
Another reason
reason.
I'm just not going to be much good.
So you're
to you.
checking out now?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, one of the cameras was, I don't know what the right word would be, fluctuating. It kept going on and off, and so I had to restart the whole apparatus. So apologies, but we're on now.
Okay. Is
So
it
you're
really an
gonna tweet
apparatus?
something out like an apology?
I have to apologize.
On Twitter, preferably.
How about no? How about I just don't do that?
Wow.
No, because I'm not. I'm breaking
Martin,
a pattern.
it's just going to be me and you, and one of us is going to have to figure out how to run the board.
Yeah, I'm breaking a
Doug- Jackson
Doug's
to
no
check it
good
out.
to us.
Right.
Papers is over here in his head replaying the Oklahoma City game from last night in his head.
I'm breaking patterns. We're not allowing this nonsense. We're on for 4 hours. If it's not on for 1 minute beforehand, it'll be all right. Explain the situation.
Hey.
It wasn't a lack of knowing what I'm doing. It wasn't working right.
All right.
Because it was fluctuating.
It was fluctuating.
Yeah.
I was thinking about all of the technology issues we have and how immediately ticked off people are. So yesterday was a field trip. We're out at that Babbler Park, and it was a Missouri Heritage Day, Tim, and they had a blacksmith explaining to the kids back in the day, kind of like Laura Ingalls back in the day.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And
Michael Landon.
He said if you needed anything done, if you needed fix your door, you needed something for the kid, you just go to the local blacksmith. And they had to make it individually.
Really?
And I'm watching this guy banging away on this melted steel. And I thought, we complain if the internet's 5 seconds slow.
yeah.
Imagine getting on your horse, saying, going into town, need a new lever for the door.
No
Be
Home
back in
Depot.
6 hours just for one little piece of equipment.
And a lot of people had learned to do it themselves. People actually knew how to do things, how to fix things, make things.
But they had to have been a lot more patient. Jackson, you're our blacksmith, buddy. Make it happen.
Ooh, I don't know. These hands weren't built for that kind of, like an anvil. Like, hey,
Remember Jim the Anvil Neidhart? Remember him?
Remember the name. I don't think I'd know him if he walked in the door.
He's going to be with us as a surprise guest tomorrow. Is that right? Jim the Anvil Neidhart?
He carried an anvil?
That was his nickname. Like Scott Steiner was Big Papa Pump. He didn't carry a pump, but that was the nickname. Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Okay.
Jackson, they are not happy, not with you anymore, but just with the state of St. Louis sports. Crappy baseball, hockey teams crappy, no NFL, no NBA. Is this the darkest time in St. Louis sports history, Doug? That's a Heimblum spreadsheet.
Gosh.
it's October of the hockey season.
Have you got Monty on the hot seat?
Let it breathe. No.
All that was absolutely true, except maybe the hockey team's better than they've shown the first couple weeks. Otherwise, everything he said was correct, right? Factually correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, now I know I'm not going to be any good to you.
But again, it's October for the hockey season.
Right. We can come back.
It'll be just fine. I love those. I was seeing some of the hockey game last night. The sweaters, the yellow numbers and names on the
Like,
back.
how are the sports? Are they great?
Yeah, I was watching some
What,
of that.
yellow. They wore blue last night.
I know, but the yellow on the numbers in the back of the jersey.
Oh, you like that?
I think it
So
really
that puts
pops.
you in a good place, and Heimblum's spreadsheet will not get you down because you like the yellow on the back of the sweaters.
Well, no, they've lost 3 times in those sweaters. So the only 3 well, yeah, they got a point last night, but only 3 losses of the season.
How about that? Listen to
Having those
this.
sweaters.
Sounds like a Sports Center update come to life.
So what do you think they ought to do?
I don't know. They had Jobu last year. They need some sort of other
Good luck charm.
trinket to.
Like a blow-up doll?
That'd be a good idea. I can give him a
Put that in
Frank Haith
Holloway's-
body pillow.
Put that in Holloway's locker. Whoever had the big night gets the blow-up doll.
You think that would play well with the with Gary Bettman in the league?
He doesn't seem like he'd be a real good sport about things like that.
Coach, what about the blow up doll for the Blues?
Doug. Jim Jayhart is dead. That's from Little Beer Cat's Cuckstool.
Oh, is he?
So he will not be with us.
All right, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
So we conduct a seance for surprise guests now. 314-399-9646. That's how you can text in to the Air Comfort Service text inbox. You can call in Callier and Thompson phone lines 314-974-0101. And then talk it over with Lex Luthor and General So, who were the topics, I believe, of Riot's dad's uncle. What was his name? Like Gunter or something yesterday?
Dunbar.
Oh, that's right.
In the,
I gotta put that in there.
Designer Heating and Cooling email of the day, because Martin, according to Riot's dad's uncle Dunbar, they argued for 4 hours in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat yesterday. And I guess they're back in there today to go at it. So you can come in and watch that. 112 people are choosing to do it.
And it was Jolan Dunbar who knocked out Alex Smith, which led to Colin Kaepernick. So the Rams actually unleashed the Kaepernick phenomenon because of Jolan Dunbar.
And then his outside linebacking partner, Alec Ogletree, attempted to call into this program, but it was Daddy Padre.
That's correct. And we were duped. And usually it's
did
a
get on-
fortress to get on this show.
He did get on the air.
It was like a war. Like if it was like we're going to have Johan Dunbar on the program, he would call into the show, so people would call in as Joe. And so I think I heard that poor Sea Monster would have to ask questions to the guests of like, what's your sister's name?
Yeah,
So-
we had to conduct a vetting process, like they were going to be a running mate for someone after Daddy Padre represented himself as Alec Ogletree. And I think we got about 5 minutes into the interview before we figured out
That one went a while.
It was the Blues E-Bug instead of the Rams linebacker.
Why would Ogletree have been calling you guys in the first place?
he was going to be on the program.
He was scheduled to be.
That's
so he
correct.
actually was scheduled. Okay. That's when you stopped doing guests.
That was the end of it. Minus Gabe.
We
Why
called
did-
them.
Why did we book Alec Ogletree, and then why did we get duped on top of it?
Well, he's a great player.
Well,
and Georgia Bulldog.
I have no problem with Alec Ogletree. It just doesn't seem like a guest this show would have booked even back then.
Well, you never know.
Well, what do you know? You were in like kindergarten.
I was
That's what I was thinking as you were regaling us with this story. You were about 14.
Was Jeff dropping you off at school?
listening to the program.
Is that right? Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
text in?
I would sometimes email in.
Did you really?
What was your name?
Sassy Batman.
Sassy
Were you?
cat.
Yeah.
Did you ever win anything?
No. I got a chuckle out of Charlie once, and that was win enough for me.
Chuckle out of
It was a
Charlie.
sympathy.
Could have been. Well, it was. It didn't. So, yeah. It was
Why?
nice.
Why Sassy Batman?
It's just a goofy name.
Okay.
Surprise Piddles knew the name Gary Bettman. Nice bounce back after the Pekka Rinne miss yesterday. That's from Sharon and Clayton. Martin and I, we were trying to figure out who Vanderbilt would have as the celebrity guest picker on College Game Day. And I suggested Pekka Rinne, and Jackson thought I was naming an Italian dish or something like
It's
that.
Italian cheese, pecorino cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that's what he was talking about.
Not familiar with the Predators net
Pekka
minder.
Rinne with a little basil on top.
Yeah, well, it's a name that like is really combined. You know, it sounds like one long word. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe even like a type of pasta.
Right. I was thinking of the cheese, the pecorino cheese, which is like similar to a Parmesan, although it's a little
Pekka
saltier.
Rinne guy.
The goalie or the cheese? Into the cheese, indifferent on the goalie.
Didn't know about the goalie's existence until about 23 hours ago.
You know, it'd
Yeah,
be a great text inbox, much like Minute Bowl eligible, would be Pekka Rinne not. Now, I know Rennie's been in the headlines, so it's unfortunate I bring that up, but I think that might be a clever name. Pekka
Yeah.
Rinne not.
You're going to have to wait until the first week of November to have that name.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'm claiming it.
Pekka Rinne Knott's Landing.
Wow.
That.
William
Doug, you are
Devane.
firing on all cylinders today.
Yeah, I'm back, fellas.
That's all it took. Knots Landing. And they lived in a cul-de-sac, Tim. Could have been like
Yes,
Kirkwood or something.
that's
And then
exactly
they were
right.
just hanging out.
With a cardboard.
William Devane.
Daddy Padre now bringing us up to date on how he represented himself as former Rams and then became Giants linebacker, Martin. Alec Ogletree, I believe a Georgia Bulldog. It wasn't Sea Monster, it was Willie. And he was extremely bought in and thought I was the guy attempting to make tackles on Sundays. You guys were waiting and waiting for him as a guest to call in. So I figured, yep, I'll step in just like I do for the Blues from time to time. That's from Daddy Padre. So
He
there you go,
doesn't
Doug.
step in. He doesn't.
Did he ever call in? Ogletree.
I believe he did. I don't recall it being the most engaging conversation.
I was just writing him down as a surprise guest. I'm going to take that off the
but
list.
they're good once they're done playing or once they've
that's true.
secured, I don't know, usually about $25 million, I think, is when you're like, all right, I'll say whatever. But at the early stages of the career might be a spot where you mind your P's and Q's, so to speak. And that's why Daddy Padre's interview as Alec Ogletree was actually better than the Alec Ogletree interview itself.
And he got it past Willie Springer,
That's correct.
who didn't show up for work once, a little bit late. We all just immediately assumed he was dead.
Jesus.
Alerting
It's a
his
little
mother.
dark.
His mother heard about it, and she became worried. We thought, oh, Lord. They went and they woke Willie up. He was just overslept.
Good news, Martin. Not only did Willie not pass away, but Chairman Steve is on the Callier and Thompson phone lines to give us some perspective this morning on a day when Doug is not going to be any good to us and Jackson is frustrated by the YouTube cameras fluctuating. Good morning, Chairman Steve.
Okay.
That's the kind of enthusiasm we need.
Well, what is it?
I got kudos for the Blues. I was at the game last night, and they did a nice little JK tribute. Nice to see him up in the rafters there.
Martin talked with him.
Papers was looking for the audio. I don't think it got posted yet. Shame on the two Fox. I shame all of them over there, including myself. I did talk to JK pregame. They did do the tribute. I would have to say it's a little awkward. I mean, the guy got fired, and then first 4 games of the home games of the season, he's back. A little weird how it timed out, but he said he's enjoying life in California. Definitely a different vibe. He said it's weird because he knows all the players, but he doesn't really know anybody in the building. You know, that is true when you work somewhere 21 years.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, can you open that door for me? Hey, Bill, can I park my car here? But yeah, nice video tribute. Probably a Mike Caruso vehicle, if I had to guess.
Generous executive, Mike Caruso.
Probably was his doing. But
How about this support you have, Chairman Steve? Brian Henshin, of course, covering the Super Bowl champion winning 2025 Indianapolis Colts, says it is a great day in caps when my guy Steve from Wildwood calls in.
I love Hench. I want to go up there and have a nice dinner with him at St. Elmo's.
Oh, you're going to drive all the way to Indianapolis for dinner?
No, I mean I'd go up there and see a Colts game or something, or maybe I'll bring a pail up there with me. We'll
Jackson, you want to go see the Doo-Doo Man?
Pacers.
I'd like to go. I love going to Pacer games. Cambridge Field
You
House.
been to St. Elmo's yet?
No, that's the place with the shrimp cocktail that'll knock your socks off, right?
Oh man, it'll clean out your sinuses. That's for sure. That horseradish.
Right.
It's good stuff. Don't put too much horseradish on it though. And then they got this cherry Coke drink with I think with bourbon. It's really good. It's good
Sounds
stuff.
Oh, is that a Roy Rogers?
I don't know.
What's a lime Ricky?
I'm Ricky. I don't know that one. I don't know
Seems
that
like an
one.
old school drink.
Or something they do to you when you pass out.
I know Doug's kind of out of it, but yeah, I got a problem with you, Doug.
Oh.
I want to explain something to you.
Okay.
You don't know pigskin like a lot of people, so
Right.
they run to the short side of the field. If you're running a power game, you want to run to the short side of the field because it's easier to block because you can use the sideline as an additional blocker. You know what I'm saying?
No, you
So
can't because a
you're trying to get.
defensive player can go out of bounds and come back in.
Well, why would he go out of bounds? He would avoid.
Well, you say use it as a blocker. Who are you blocking?
Well, what I'm saying is they have to, in order for them to tackle the runner, they have to stay in bounds, basically. I mean, if you go out of bounds, you're out of the play. So basically...
And if the running back goes out of
bounds,
bounds, he's tackled.
Are you going to keep interrupting me?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right. So if you're pulling linemen to the sideline and you have less space to have to block. The defense has less space to fill gaps and try to tackle the guy. And we don't have, like, when they run, like, the sweeps and stuff, that's fine because they're using a speed runner. But Hardy's not like a speed runner. He's power. So you want to run to the short side so that there's less space for the defense to be blocked in.
But there's also less space for the runner to run in.
Okay, you're wrong, but whatever.
I'm not wrong. That's absolutely right. There's less space for the runner to run in.
All right. Well, why don't one of these real ball coaches call in and tell us that they run to the short side for that reason, and it's the right reason?
We'll take calls from ball coaches. 314-974-0101. Opportunity for Gary Kornfeld to join us, Martin.
Coach Kornfeld, frequent listener, should call it. Howard Richards believes they should move the hash marks to the NFL distances, kind of close those in, and then would open things up more.
I go for that.
Big time sports talk.
But if that's why they run to the short side, why doesn't it work more often?
You don't watch enough then, Doug.
I'm kind of on Team Doug here, where you're not going to have much space, so there's less room for that back to get through.
It sounds like it's an extra defender, not an extra blocker.
Okay, you guys are wrong, but whatever.
We're not wrong.
Craig, would you say you guys should be bullying these hoes?
That's how it was explained to me when I was coaching out in Eureka. The high school coach, who was very successful, explained it to me that way. That's why you want to run to the short side. He wanted us to run to the short side if we're running a power game. Now, if you're running a speed game, you'd probably run to the wide side, right, Doug?
I would always want to go where my back's got a little bit more room to run.
But what if your back is not as fast as the three linebackers who are chasing him?
Well, then you're not going to win many games.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, you're out of luck completely.
Then you can't run to the wide side. You got to run to the narrow side.
No, the best tacklers on the field are the two sidelines.
Okay. The best blocker, too.
You run it up the middle 3 times in a row, then you punt.
With Tavon Austin.
Yeah, run it right up the middle. Jesus. Hey, diddle, diddle, right up the middle. Yeah, I also saw, you guys were talking about the restaurant 15 yesterday.
Oh, sure, 19th and Locust, Doug. That's where I saw Sade.
Oh, I know.
What is it now? Is it a restaurant? Storage building?
Mm-hmm.
Crack house.
Amsterdam.
No, it's actually, I think that area is, the soccer people are expanding that area as much as they can. So,
They'll tell them good luck.
Yeah, no, they have billions of dollars, so they don't need luck. But they've actually done better with these medians down here. It's easier to walk around downtown, and the racing along Broadway has kind of come to a standstill.
Oh, nice. Look at that, Doug. Progress is promised.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, we had to put big barriers there. It sucks for traffic. Fortunately, the Cardinals have sucked, so there hasn't been much traffic. But opening day will be a mess. But I was at Wright's Tavern, and I was leaving, and old Jimmy Ballgame was getting ready to go in. He was in town.
Oh, how about that? God bless.
Nice.
So you guys need to have him on.
Well, he quit doing media. So
Suck it, Doug.
Okay, stop
you guys aren't
it.
media.
Well, we're not media. Tim, we're not media. There is a caveat.
I actually would agree with Chairman Steve.
I wish I'd said that to Edmund, but we're not media.
I think 101's trying to force you to be media, but in a way.
Okay.
I guess old Bob Thomas had enough of you guys. He didn't sign up for another year of that crap.
I saw Bob, Chairman Steve. I saw him. Doug, was that a month ago? Probably about a month ago. The boys were out there. I guess Robert had a blues day out at the course I was playing. And we were talking about it, and he said, "Yeah, I'm starting up the calls into the show in a couple weeks." I said, "Great, we'll talk golf. Sounds like a plan." Because he was laying into the boy. I think him and Hofer were the top players that day. They had the whole group out there. I don't think Snipes was there, and I don't think Falk was there, but everybody else was there. And I don't know. I don't know when 18's going to be calling in again. Friend of the program.
Awesome. I enjoy him. It's kind of fun. I thought maybe he was sick of Pale waking him up. So.
Jackson, do you think you caused Robert Thomas to not call in?
I doubt it, but it can't be ruled out.
Do you think we should just call him right now live on the air?
Yeah, I think
21 the day after a bad loss?
Yeah, I don't think anything could go wrong with that. Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea.
That'd be great. I'm sure he'd enjoy that. It was, they were dead last night, man. It was a dead dead game. You were at the whole game, Marty?
I was. And when there's no offense, it's kind of like a baseball game. When it's not necessarily a pitcher's over, there's just no offense. It's so boring.
Yeah.
8 shots in 2 periods.
The Kings dominated play in the first period. We had like a little spike in the second period, and then, I don't know, Bucci almost sent us all home happy, but he couldn't finish on the breakaway right away. So, and then they took the puck. Then we took a penalty. Then it was over.
There you go, Doug. A little summary
That's a
there.
recap
Game
right there.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But, Benner was, what was he doing, Doug?
Standing on his head and spinning wooden nickels.
I like when you say that, Doug.
Okay.
I like when you say that. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
So Pale, you're watching the game at home Saturday?
That's the plan. Yes, sir.
Pale's checked out.
Oh, you got
You're busy, you're busy over there.
What's
Mark
up?
failed us in the Alabama game. Let's talk about the only local team that hasn't really completely let us down yet, but will probably at some point.
Oh, Doug, no. Chairman Steve, you're selling your Tiger stock?
Yeah. Why don't you prepare the 3-year-old? I think he's gonna be burning that jersey.
Yeah, he wears that thing every damn day.
Well, Chairman, the text line is not enjoying the call. I don't know if you're
Of course
surprised
not.
to hear that.
They're a bunch of asshats.
Wow.
They just hate on everybody. So whatever. I mean, all I care about is Henshin likes me, so that's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, Super Bowl champion Colts. Chairman, always enjoy the conversation. Thank you so much for the call.
Love you guys.
All right, then.
Love you.
There you have it.
I enjoyed the text that just said, time's up. Time's up.
You can also call in, just like Chairman Steve, 314-974-010. Chairman Kurt's active over there.
Yeah, a lot of calls.
A lot of friends with the feather calling in.
JR just texted me and said, since that caller just summarized the game, do you still need me to come in?
JR's column is damning, I have to say. And I will read an excerpt from it as Jim Montgomery. Martin, you are correct. Different tones from the room versus the head coach. And there was a different tone from the head coach following Monday's practice as well. We will have that for you coming up because there is a pattern here. And we will have that for you as JR will join us coming up at 9 o'clock. But that audio will be coming your way next, in addition to Reese Davis saying there are people around the country sleeping on one of the teams this Saturday in Nashville. You'll hear who. You hear that vocal? That's a local news. You'll hear who from Reese Davis.
Okay.
Coming up here on the program. The program is called The Morning After. It is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen is online at brownandcrouppen.com. 314-222-2222. That is the number if you want to call Brown and Crouppen. And if you are in need of a personal injury attorney, don't you want somebody who is local? We had Andy Crouppen in yesterday. Wonderful haircut, by the way. We've had his father, Terry, in. We have Ed Herman, and they are here on Tuesdays because they can be here because they are local. You want somebody who knows the local legal environment if you are in need of a personal injury attorney. That's what Brown and Crouppen can offer, founded in St. Louis in 1979. It's Brown and Crouppen, brownandcrouppen.com, 314-222-2222. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Doug, Colonel Sanders is on the line. And
he is. Okay.
Chairman Kurt says he's on line 40? Wow. This is like Francesa now. Colonel Sanders, you're wanting to talk gambling?
Yeah, what's up, Tim? First-time caller, a long-time listener to 101, and then you came at the balloon party, and I didn't like you at first. But you've grown on me over time.
Thanks for sharing.
Okay.
You know what? I have no problem with the honesty of Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, Jim Rome would say, like your first beer, listen for 2 weeks, still hate the show, keep listening.
That's what Jim Rome did say. He said you got to give it like a month or something like that. I think we're in month 48 now. Yes, Colonel Sanders, what do we have?
Taking some time. I was curious, though, Tim, with your expertise in gambling, I know that maybe not with your guys' podcast right now, but the future of Missouri with December 1st looming, I've been waiting for this, but as a rookie gambler, I'm kind of curious, like, what app and then any advice you'd have for the rookies out there, because I'd really like to start gambling.
Oh, good for you. I think it's a great thing to pick. I think it's a great thing to pick up. Tomorrow we'll take a call from a listener who wants to start smoking crack. Well, I have to refute Colonel Sanders, just politely, of course. the criticism of the podcast performance. Number one, Stalter, Rizzuto, and I will be recording another episode of the FanDuel Spread Zone. Doug, is that at 11 o'clock today? I think we're doing it?
I think so. I don't know.
And I went 6-1 last week. And the podcast as a whole, thank you. The podcast as a whole went 13-8. But what is your specific question? You said Missouri and some date, and I don't follow exactly what you're asking.
So, I mean, I guess you're able to start gambling in the state of Missouri on December 1st.
Oh, got it. Able to start gambling. Got it. Yes, of course.
Correct. I was curious about what app you did want to go through. I know you guys got the FanDuel, but everybody has their own recommendation. And I'm kind of skewed on which app, and then just any general advice you have for first timers.
Sure, I appreciate the question, Doug. This is a wonderful question.
Okay.
I'm happy to introduce people to gambling. It is it's a
So
wonderful.
probably start with grade school basketball.
That
kind of work your way up.
7th grade tournament.
Things you
fill
can
out a
fix.
bracket.
Yeah, get to know the refs.
Well, I think one of the most important things you're asking which app. And yes, FanDuel is the sponsor of the Spread Zone, and we're very grateful for that. And that's where we get our lines, as they are the sponsor of that podcast. But it's in your best interest to have a wide variety of different apps for the purpose of being able to shop lines. So, for example, if you liked Missouri this weekend and they're getting 2.5 on every book, but 1 where they're getting 3, it would be in your best interest, of course, to bet them there where you get that additional half point. So that's certainly one step. And another thing, and this goes back to when I played poker, and that actually I did make money on, and it became kind of I don't want to call it a job, but it was certainly helpful, that you have a bankroll, and I would advise depositing and then sticking to that and then managing it just like you would budget for your home or your business. So you're not just constantly chasing. That, I think, is where people get into trouble. And in addition, perhaps most importantly, it's got to be recreational. It can't be in a spot where you're using it as some kind of way to truly pay for things. So set aside whatever it is that is disposable that you're comfortable with losing, whether that be $100 or $1,000, and play off of that, and don't get in a spot where you're going, oh my God, Hawaii's playing at midnight and I'm down $1,300. I got to bet double or nothing on the over. And then you wake up and the next thing you know, you don't have a home. So those would be those are my 3 tips to becoming a gambler.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. I like the idea of navigating different apps to fulfill whatever benefits you the most. So,
yeah, you got to shop those lines, Colonel
Blues.
Sanders.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let's go Blues. Thanks so much for being on the radio. I appreciate you guys. Again, it took a while to warm up, but I really enjoyed the mornings with you guys. So thanks a lot.
Thanks, Colonel Sanders. That's Colonel Sanders. So you were getting ready to shut it down after the Blues loss, and now Colonel Sanders gives you a little pat on the backside.
He's made me feel a little bit better.
There you go. It's all happening.
Yeah.
Friends are calling in, Martin. Isn't that nice? Friends are calling.
We kind of needed it. We needed a little Wednesday pick-me-up after the game, and I thought it was going to be a bit with Colonel Sanders, and I think it was a sincere, genuine caller.
Speaking of bits, you've been suspicious of texter Bofides?
Yeah, and I have other people now tweeting at me saying their wife left them, and it's not Bofides, it's other people.
Bofides is on the Callier and Thompson phone lines, Martin. This is a monster show. Bofides line, what was that, line 2? You did the hook 'em too. Line 2, Callier and Thompson phone lines. Bofides, good morning. You're on 101 ESPN with Martin Kilcoyne.
Hello, Bof.
I don't know what to do, guys.
What's wrong?
Oh, well, she left me. She left me, Doug.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we could find out. There's a good amount of reasons, I think, but I don't know. I think I have to do some inward searching.
I thought she came back.
Well, she came back, and then she left, and then I got married again, and then we've been married for about a month, and then she left me too. Do you guys know if they still do? Do they still do mail order brides? Do you know?
I think they do.
I believe so. What nation are you specifying?
Maybe a nice woman from Laos or something like that.
I believe I had a neighbor who might have gone that route.
Is he available?
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for this nice words. I appreciate it so
Offensive.
much.
I'd like to say for the record that's offensive. I like to distance myself other than me laughing.
So I mean, this is a nice pick-me-up already. Like, do you have any advice for the next marriage I have? That would be my number 6 marriage, actually.
Number 6.
What's Larry King's record? Is it
I think he
Joan
went over
Collins?
6.
No.
Joan Collins was up there. Elizabeth
She's in
Taylor Martin.
Elizabeth
Billy
Taylor,
Bob went
that's what I meant.
5.
Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah.
Landman.
Mickey Rooney had quite a few.
Both of these, if you've had a little bit of a look inward, what are your faults?
Well, where do I start? Let's see, some gambling issues, a little bit of, inattentiveness, I guess you could say. A laundry list of cheating. I mean, that doesn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah.
But is that enough, you think?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Well,
Yeah.
you must have some game to get 5 or 6 different gals to marry you.
Well, it doesn't take much these days, honestly.
Oh, is that right? Huh.
Yeah. I mean, they just keep coming in. They just keep leaving. In the middle of the night, I wake up and they're just gone. The house is empty, and then I just wake up in the morning and tune into you guys and then text in.
You get a prenup, or are you losing half of everything you have every time you get one of these divorces?
Yeah, I'm losing half or all of it, or I don't really have much from the last one already anyway. So
Give me your fucking feet.
Oh,
easy come, easy go.
okay.
Okay.
Well,
Half of half of half of half.
Well,
It starts to add up.
where are you meeting all these girls? Is it online or?
Doug's all in on this.
Well, I can't quite get into that. I work off Broadway, so I mean, you can put the pieces together there.
You work off Broadway in New York.
That's
So
right. Yeah.
Dudes be trying to push up on my way.
well-
She bad. It's just the game, right? That's what they do.
Bro.
If you guys are able to find that hotline or whatever it is, if it is online, maybe the dark web for the mail order brides, if you could just maybe let me know, or I'll just.
You want to text him the
We'll look
line?
into that.
But is it, would you expand beyond Laos?
And any, Southeastern Asia, I guess, around there would be great. Nice little change of pace.
Yeah.
Thank you, both of these. Doug will send you the line. And this is the Laotian line.
So we started with people that needed help with their gambling,
Yeah, they
soon to be
wanted to get
addiction,
started
and then we
gambling.
took marriage counseling calls.
Direct from a guy who's on his 6th divorce.
We hashed out running to the short side of the field.
I think everything about the show is great.
That is a take.
You're welcome to call in as well. Obviously, the filtering process is.
Somebody just
I'm
said,
enjoying the show.
somebody just said, put Steve back on.
Williamster wants Steve back on. You're welcome to also email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. I can see Buck Swope's already typing away after segment 1 here on the program. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling. And they're coming by here, Doug, I guess in 8 days for my furnace tune-up.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to continuing to work with Design Air Heating and Cooling like I have for the last decade. Longest running sponsor on TMA. Get your furnace tuned up. Tell you what, I bet you're noticing it. A little colder now. Colder now. You want that furnace firing on all cylinders. When Design Air Heating and Cooling comes over to tune it up for the winter months, you know you are taken care of and you don't have to think about any potential problems. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Jeremy Rutherford in studio taking your 2 or 3 part questions. That's coming up at 9 o'clock on the Stiefel Dossier. Next, Jim Montgomery, not happy, and Jeremy Rutherford's column lays the foundation for this. Then that began after yesterday's practice. And Reese Davis says the nation is overlooking one side in Missouri versus Vanderbilt on Saturday at 2:30. We will have that for you, too. That's coming up next on the program. It is called TMA. It's presented by Brian and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel.
hit the groove. Joker's got the vibe, let's bust a move. Thomas on the ice, we'll take the prize. Beat the Jets to the cup, we rise.
Oh, the Blues fans are not in a good headspace and papers. It's just like a Lane Kiffin tweet during the Auburn coaching search. Was that 2022?
I don't know, years, Tim.
If you can't get over a October loss and enjoy this tune, there's something wrong with you.
It was overtime.
Yeah, got a point.
That hurt.
Got a point.
I gather you didn't get up this morning to read Jeremy Rutherford's column.
No. I got up this morning.
But you're going to live it when he's here.
Right, yeah, I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Well, take a listen to this, and it might give you some different perspective, and you might apologize for playing that song after you hear this. Saturday, the Blues played their best game of the season and beat the Dallas Stars 3-1. Sunday, they were off. Monday, they had practice. And after the practice, Blues coach Jim Montgomery stepped on stage in the team's media room and made a brief, unsolicited remark. Practice wasn't great, he said. Why? A reporter asked. You want to know the real reason, or you want to know the politically correct reason? The politically correct reason is we get happy after we win hockey games and we don't practice the right way. The real reason, a reporter asked. I'm not telling. Montgomery held firm Monday, but just one day later, he would say a lot more, and it was telling. Jackson, here is Jim Montgomery saying a lot more following last night's overtime loss to the Kings.
I would just like to see more one-on-one battles. I would like to see us play faster. I'd like to see us play firmer in confrontational areas, whether that's net fronts, it's battles on walls. Like, LA Kings were a desperate hockey team coming in here. I think they had lost 3 straight and 1 in overtime, so it looks like they lost 4 straight. And this is the National Hockey League. Teams are going to be desperate, and we didn't match their desperation.
Do you have the soundbite where he talks about it's disappointing? Would that be the second one?
Let's go with this one. This is talking about the similar problems that they had last year in January.
It's the same thing as last year. We're going through the exact same thing as last January. And we're going to have to get it changed. And we're going to have to go to work all together. That's how you gain consistency, is through communication. It's by players holding players accountable, coaches holding players accountable, players holding coaches accountable. We're not getting the job done right now with our consistency, with effort and execution. And we have to demand more of each other.
In addition, he said it's disappointing that we don't start on time. We didn't come close to executing the game plan. We're going to have to change things up and do things different because the intensity that we started the game with, it was not there. It was lacking, and we need to find more consistency with how we play. Blues coach certainly not happy, which, Martin, as you observed, was a different tone in the room. The tone in the room was, we know we got a good hockey team, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think, in fact, Robert Thomas said maybe a couple of different times, this is a good team. In other words, we're not going to talk ourselves into being a bad team. Like, we're struggling right now. But Monty, and I was trying to just get different angles other than he was pissed. And I said, what would that game look like without Jordan Bennington? Instead of saying, Coach, talk about Bennington. I was kind of trying to walk him down that. He said, it would have been about 2-0 and then 3-0. What else? And I was like, that wasn't really a soundbite. Yeah. But he answered the question.
He did. He said it would have been a 2-0 after the first period and about 3 or 4-0 after the second period.
Yeah, that's true.
3 shots in the second period and then 15 minutes without one. Hello.
I noticed a lack of aggressiveness right there at the end of the game. Maybe it was a small thing, but they had the puck at about center ice with about 17, 18 seconds to go. And I thought, well, maybe they got one more shot. And Joey Vitale even said it on the broadcast, time for one more rush. And instead of going for it, they just backed up and waited for the clock to run out to end the game. Again, probably a minor thing, and they probably wouldn't have scored. But I think it might speak to the fact that they're just not either confident or aggressive enough right now to go for it whenever they got the chance to.
Yeah, and fans didn't boo, but I could tell in that moment they were sort of rumbling a little bit like, oh, what, that's it? Oh, really?
Yeah,
we're just going to back off? I understand you're thinking, boy, we haven't played well. We're going to still get a point. We're guaranteed. When we get to overtime, we'll get the point. But I think you're right. I think there's enough time to kind of go that direction and probably not enough time for them to return down ice. So I was surprised as well.
That non-ling, Martin, who worked on the program for a couple of years with producer Joe, they were in their own union, the International Brotherhood of Nitwits, DBA IBON, texted me this morning. And Doug, this guy, whereas you're a ball knower, and you challenge Stephen Wildwood on the short side of the field. The nonling is a puck knower, and he texted me the following. With regard to the Blues, there's something about this mix of players, and a single-digit minute defensive pairing obviously is a huge issue. They do not have a fifth NHL defenseman at the moment in the system or anywhere. The bottom pair's time on ice being less than 10 minutes, just not a long-term indicator of success. And it's kind of un-Armstrong-like to not have better depth there, or at least an NHL quality veteran. And I asked him what he thought happened that the Blues are in this position. Mayu was not in there last night. Numbers game at the end, forward end, not being able to move Joseph or Texia maybe, just so unlike him to rely on three unproven guys for two spots. Like Mayu is a long play, but his short term was unknown. Tucker had started to settle in, then he got hurt. Kessel lost his third pairing job a year before. So those are the domino effects that are playing a role on the defensive end for the Blues at this early stage of the season.
And I'd say it's been going on for a couple of years. It's Ryan Suter's 40-something was brought in, I think, just to kind of be patchwork, and then they started leaning on him even more. The Fowler trade was not only a great trade, but almost out of necessity. And you see the Bolduc trade surprised people, but I think, again, they're trying to find some defensemen. So I agree that they're a little thin in that area. And you notice also on the younger side, Snugger, who didn't play much late in the game, and basically and Montgomery kind of called him out.
Yes, he did, man. He went after him. Do you happen to have that papers? Here is
give me 1 mil. I got it.
Okay.
He played less than 10 minutes the whole game, 10 minutes of ice time.
But I think he only had one shift in the third period. And Jim Montgomery was asked about it. Here's what he had to say.
Wasn't skating tonight, wasn't checking, so I didn't think it was his night.
That was it. Sometimes Mondo will do that. He'll give you a real short answer, and you're not sure if he's done, but he's done.
Here, I got another one just like that where he talks about how to get out of this, how to get out of these issues.
Oh, I'd like to hear that.
I think a change in attitude of everybody thinking for the team instead of where their role was and where their own situation might be.
Doug, it's we, not me.
Okay.
Front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey.
I got it.
Monty sucks. His tactics suck, and his attitude sucks.
Hey.
I'm not even a hockey fan, and I can see this, but the soft St. Louis media won't criticize the coach. It's Mayhew's fault. Doug, the media in this town is soft.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Now we're meat and potatoes.
Well,
now we're populist rhetoric. Now we're doing our dance. Let's go get them.
If the Mayu trade doesn't work out, that's going to be a big L, big loss, because Bolduc was a talented goal scorer. And they're not scoring much at all right now.
Why do you say that?
And because they don't score many goals. And to get, right now, nothing in return for a 20-goal-a-year guy or more, that's a big subtraction from your roster. Maybe Mayu's a good player a year or two from now. Right now, he can't get on the ice.
Gee, only 76 games left to go of this crap. It's from Heimblum's spreadsheet. He's exhausted.
I think they'll be fine.
We can just get hot.
But they're not a cohesive unit right now. That's what's frustrating the coach, who apparently sucks.
Martin,
they hate everything.
Your eyes conveyed exhaustion, even with just one.
Everybody sucks.
Jackson, who doesn't suck?
You guys.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Fred.
That's why he's got the C on his sweater.
You guys don't suck.
Papers is the best, and here's why. I looked at the dossier. Sometimes I scroll ahead early, 4 a.m., give it a good look. Sometimes I scroll mid-show.
Sure.
I can't wait for segment 8.3, which should be in, at about 8:45. We'll hit it about 9:45.
That's right.
But it's called Goofball Corner. It's just called Goofball Corner.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for the headlines, the headings, because it makes me laugh.
Is that in the same genre as Bitterman's Roundtable?
A little bit. Bitterman's Roundtable is taking on a new life with college football coaches because people on Twitter now have influenced the boosters, so they have to answer to that nonsense. And so Bitterman's Roundtable has only gotten more bitter, I would say.
And then the early stink watch is at about 10-2 every day.
Yeah,
gambling.
There's not much stink out there this weekend.
Speaking of the coaching, Carousel, Power Mizzou,
the Colonel,
had a quote tweet. and it is rather interesting.
This was outstanding. This was the Colonel at about 5:30 in the morning. That's when he's at his best.
I don't follow Gators Network.
Doug, do you follow Gators?
Of course, yes.
Network.
But Power Mizzou quote tweeted Gators Network. Of course, Florida looking for a football coach. And Gators Network says, update in all caps. Missouri head coach Elijah Drinkwitz and family. And Louisville head coach Jeff Brom.
Except they call them Jeff Bohm.
They left the R out.
Alec Bohm.
But they got the Elia part right, and then they left the R out of Jeff Brom. This is a quote, continue to come up in conversations with industry sources. I don't know what that even means, because it's not like Florida people are telling me. Regarding Florida's vacant head coach position. Okay, so this is from Gator Network, right? You're reading this, but except it's not.
Yep.
And then they source it, which is what you learn in journalism school.
CYA, Martin. That's what Greeley Kyle
Okay.
taught us. Cover your ass. Always give a source.
Well, Greeley, here you go. Gators Network sends out this tweet, so now Missouri fans are probably going, oh, boy, Eli's in conversations. Is it regarding the head coaching position, according to Bleacher Report's Joseph Zucker. Okay, well, I guess citing on threes, Pete Nakos.
Yep, Doug. And when Nakos has it,
he knows his stuff.
Gators Network says, here's what we're hearing, according to this guy.
Right. Yeah.
And then Gabe said, what a word.
My word, what a game of telephone. This tweet was a journey. Yeah.
A journalism victory! Yeah!
Well, that's a nice drop.
And then
there.
it gets all the fans talking and worried about it. And then the media almost has to ask the coach something about it because that's what the fans are talking
Yeah,
about.
there's that sacrificial lamb who asks the question on the Monday or Tuesday presser, and the coach then gets to scold him. Yep.
Yeah, he gets lit up, and the coach has to deal with everybody asking him that. Yeah, the whole thing is a nightmare, I'm sure, for coaches everywhere.
But how do you send that tweet out even into?
Because what
according to
that actually sums it up. Right. They want engagement.
Right.
I want to know what the end game is. What is the end game on engagement?
Money.
But like
just people looking for attention, I think.
But that's what I'm wondering.
That's
because I realize that you would think the answer to that is money, but there isn't money in that. There isn't.
Right.
There isn't. Gabe can't do that. No. Martin can't do that. You can't, but that's because there's a track record of success and an actual job. Someone is paying Martin, obviously, and Gabe has built a business where he has subscribers, so you can't damage your credibility with that. But our industry over the last, and I don't know how many years it's been, where this crap just goes on, and then because they're usually done from either people who aren't really in the industries, but Doug, rather, would you describe them as barnacles on the hull of the industry, of the ship that is already,
I'll accept it, yes,
already taking on water as revenue declines, that I go, so I do think it actually is what you said. Attention.
Looking for attention. Yeah. Self-importance. Yeah. Look at me. Ha ha. You can talk to your friends and say, hey, I got 500 likes on that. Huh?
Except
that's it.
Works, right?
That's it.
I don't get it. Like, there's other things to do.
It's possible for someone with no connection at all to the teams to make a tweet and to have it go nationwide and to have people talk about it all over the country just because you came up with something in your basement. It's possible to do that.
Continues to come up in conversations with industry sources. Does that mean Billy Bob's show in Birmingham said, hey, I'm hearing this? Oh, industry sources.
Maybe we should open a business, get ourselves an office, and just call it Industry Sources. And people from all over the world can call us, and we can feed them some rumors.
Engagement farming is the term. That's from the STL Gator. I believe he's a Florida fan, if memory serves. Jackson, would that tweet be considered engagement farming? I don't think you call that engagement farming. This is Jackson's definition of engagement farming, Martin.
Not necessarily.
What would an example of engagement farming be?
Like a very obvious post. Like it's tough to explain. I could maybe provide examples.
Okay, how about this? Would this be engagement farming? Many college football reporters are saying Bo Prabula was a problem for Missouri on Saturday night. but I disagree.
Yeah, that would be engagement farming.
It's engagement farming.
Yeah, posting something that is like intentionally controversial that you probably don't even believe in yourself is engagement farming. Just something to, sometimes just asking questions like, sound off in the comment section. Yeah. That's engaged. You're literally asking for engagement.
That's direct engagement.
Oppo guy.
Yeah.
So you're a Giants.
What are some of your favorite plays from this season? That would be engagement farming as well.
Nice.
So that's not necessarily negative.
It doesn't have to be now.
Yeah.
So it could just be, seeking engagement.
Right.
But you could be a Giants blog in New York and say, I think they should go back to Russ Wilson immediately. Would that
engagement
be
farming?
That's engagement farming.
Or is that trolling?
Yeah, it's all kind of under the trolling umbrella.
Trolling would be criticizing somehow, right?
Yes and no.
Doug, does that answer your question?
Not at all.
But that's because it's not black and white. Like sometimes things have nuance. Like
you don't troll in a positive way.
No, certainly not. But trolling can be like, I don't know. It's hard to define. It's easier to identify via example.
So if you tweet out, looking forward to the Heim Bloom era, nobody reacts.
That would
nobody
be engagement farming. No, that would be a weird tweet. That would be like a Magic Johnson tweet or Larry King article. Boy, I like that Heim Bloom period.
End of story.
Yeah,
that's it. That's
what kind of what is this? Like,
what happened to Malta-Meal?
Is that engagement farming?
Next topic.
Yeah, maybe for a certain demographic.
I'm going to try and find an old Larry King column.
Yeah, just read them.
The best. I like onions, but they don't like me.
From the 314, attention leads to possible real jobs, and I have to tell you, the answer to that is actually no. That's not it. Again, you can receive a check, but you can't live a sustainable life by the salaries that would be paid from these places.
Right.
And I'm saying this from being in it. That's why I look at it and I go, what is the goal? I guess maybe the goal is thinking that is the case, and then all of a sudden you're offered, minimum wage. And you can tell people you're in the industry, I guess, if that's your gig, but you're not.
For their Twitter accounts?
I'm sure things have happened, but I mean, is that a model?
I'm sure there are
stars, though.
I'm sure there are some highly successful websites that started out with just a guy with some takes.
Oh, 100%.
Like Barstool and things like that.
Of course.
Didn't it just started small, and maybe some of these guys think, that
was 20 years ago.
I was going to say, I would say the market is kind of saturated in that department.
Sure it is, but they're probably thinking, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Hey, again, shoot for the stars.
But as I keep going to this is incredibly misguided, but then the fact that it winds up actually being taken seriously is the thing that blows me away. But then I sit there and I go, okay, the people who are actually doing it, what is their angle? And I guess it's attention. But then maybe it's the attention that they think will then lead to an actual job.
Yeah.
I think that's not going to happen.
I think it's the thought process. But again, misguided, albeit.
You're welcome to give your theories, 314-399-9646. That's how you can text into the Air Comfort Service text inbox. You're welcome to call in as well. Some wonderful phone calls to start the program this morning. Doug, we had Chairman Steve, we had Colonel Sanders, and then who's the third? Bofides, yeah. Calling in, 314-974-0101. That is how you can get involved via the phone lines. And, of course, you can talk it over with other TMA listeners in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, youtube.com/TMASTL. The Bart Miller Experience writes, I like when Jackson speaks in riddles. Do you speak in riddles?
I don't try to. I don't try to. It's some things are like... They're just hard to explain necessarily. Engagement farming being one of them. It's it's using it's being deceptive on purpose. It's knowing what you're doing and putting it out there so people will respond. Sometimes you leave out a fact for something and then give this half-cocked take, and then people will respond because you've purposely left out a piece of information that shapes your take.
When you speak in these riddles and parables, are you hoping that we start calling you Aesop Burkett?
No, I'm hoping to get purchased by On3. I want my Twitter account to be purchased by rivals.
Nice.
I get that going, and then that's when I move onto the beach and don't have to worry about it.
What beach, boy?
What beach? That's a good question. Atlantic is warmer, so I'd probably go Atlantic side.
Well, would you?
Okay. Well, yeah, I like to swim. I really like to boogie board. So anywhere where I could get some good waves.
All right.
Yeah.
So Florida for year-round warmth?
So you can boogie board.
Yeah, maybe South Carolina. I really like South Carolina.
Hilton Head.
Hilton Head, Kiowa.
But you don't like Beamer.
Don't like Beamer
So
or
you'd be this-
Dabo. I don't like
Yeah,
either
it's gonna
of
be
their
tough for you.
head football. No, it's fine. I'll represent Missouri. Bring a flag out on the beach.
The real Columbia.
The Oakland Mayor's Cup.
Whatever Dick Clark takes every day, please send me some. I found some old Larry King columns. ABC's Life Goes On is television at its best.
That was with the great Patty Lapone, who will join us coming up in the 10 o'clock hour.
The most underutilized player in the NFL this year was Washington's Desmond Howard. Then it just goes ... Tony Kornheiser, WTEM in Washington is the best radio sports talk show I've ever heard. My spies tell me Barry Levinson's new TV series Homicide's a winner.
Remember when Bernie,
These are wonderful columns.
Bernie
Hell
Miklasz
has no
used to have,
fury like a critic criticized.
Bernie Miklasz used to have Bernie's bits,
Yeah.
and you couldn't help but read it.
The bits were
Well,
great.
Bernie bits were a Saturday morning tradition.
And then they had the calm down list. And he would tell people to calm down. It could be the special teams coach. I was in there one week.
What were you upset about?
He said Fox 2 staffer, and it was a joke because he told me he was going to do it. He said Kilcoyne fires off emails to the staff at all hours or something like that, and it was not true. But he said he stopped doing the calm down list. We could call him and ask him. Because he put Frank in there, and Frank's mom got upset. I swear.
That's why the calm down list ended?
Or he stopped doing media in the bits. There was something because Frank's mom wanted to know why. And Frank should be in the Calm Down Hall of Fame. And Bernie put him in there one week.
It matters. It matters.
And then he would do the Monday after a Rams game. There were the Bernie bits related to the Rams. And there was a week when Todd Light said he wasn't talking to the Post-Dispatch. And one of the bits that Monday, Bernie said, Todd Light continues to not speak to the Post-Dispatch. Somehow we were still able to go to print. I love that.
Jackson, you have a request here. God, I know it's not the week for changing text inbox name, but can I please switch mine to Jackson's Boogie Board?
Sure.
Oh, you're going to make an exception, boy.
What am I going to say in that spot? What am I going to say in that
spot?
spot?
No, unfortunately, I won't be available until November, would it be 3rd, Doug? November 3rd is the first business day of the month of November?
Soft as a baby's ass when it comes to this stuff. I'll just do it. What am I going to say there? No, and then I look like a jerk? No, I'll just do it. Whatever. Who was it? Who sent it in originally?
Doug's Bunion.
I hate to lose that one.
I had a bunion there for a while.
What is that? Just like when your toe grows weird? What is
usually it's because you wore shoes that are too tight and it pushes your big toe inward a little bit and stretches that ligament on the outside of your foot. Man, that hurt. I couldn't even walk.
All right, we'll change Doug's.
I had it bad, and that ain't good.
Yeah. Is anybody really shocked that Libby Jack prefers to boogie board with his XL yellow diaper? That's from Big Tuft.
Dumb.
You can send in dumb texts. 314-399-9646. Martin, last night was Tiger Talk, and I know you love Tiger Talk. Eli Drinkwitz. I felt like he was a little banty yesterday, just like Jim Montgomery, following the Blues' loss last night. And Reese Davis, we will play that coming up on the other side of the break, saying that the country is overlooking one of the sides in Saturday's Missouri-Vanderbilt game, where game day will take place. Will it be Nate Bargatze coming there for Vanderbilt? He's been on game day a good amount, though, so I don't know. Maybe they're going to call an audible here. We'll see. That's coming up next in the 8 o'clock hour, which is brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store. This program is brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, and it is the morning after on 101 ESPN.
My wife and I have been talking about going to Scotland for years. That's where her family's history and tradition, it all began in Scotland. I said, we're going to do it this summer. Looking forward to this, and you can come along with us leaving on June 15th, going to a wonderful, spectacular Scotland. You've seen pictures and videos over the years. Maybe you watched the British Open and said, man, that place looks so cool. Well, how about this? We're going to go to all the big cities, Edinburgh and Glasgow, but also check out all of the beautiful landscape, going to the Orkney Islands. I've started to Google these places. Just beautiful. The Isle of Skye, cruising on the lovely Loch Ness, checking out the Highlands. Looking forward to this. I was kidding last night. I tweeted that we might just bring papers along, pack them in my luggage, sit around the whiskey distillery telling some TMA stories. It's going to be a blast. Looking forward to that experience with you, the listener. You can find out more how Colette will handle all the details for you, the flights, the meals, the hotels, all those local experiences. It really is going to be a trip of a lifetime. You got time to plan this out. It's next summer, June 15th. If you want to find out more information, Altair Travel is 314-968-9600. 314-968-9600. More information also on the website, 101ESPN.com. We're going to have a get-together coming up here in early November over at Altair to go over all the plans. Join me. Take the TMA overseas to Scotland. Join us June 15th. Find out more at Altair Travel, 968-9600.
This is Jackson with the Sports Center update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues fall to the Los Angeles Kings last night in overtime, 2-1. Blues are off today, back in action tomorrow as they take on the Utah Mammoth. It's going to be right here on 101 ESPN. Pre-game at 7, puck drop at 8 p.m. That was another Sports Center update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me? Way to hit the post there, Doug.
That was nice.
I hit it?
You nailed it.
Oh, good.
Jackson, you cutting remixes now?
When he said it yesterday, I immediately wrote it down in my notes. I got it.
And you cut a remix.
Yeah, well, Doug.
Look at this guy.
Doug setting it up like that. I can't pass on the opportunity.
You like this jazz?
I can hardly hear it. Okay.
Sick.
Macy Gray? No.
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino.
Donald Glover.
Hit the post.
What?
Donald Glover. Childish Gambino.
Doug, check this out. This is America.
This is America. If you watch the show Community, played Troy. He wrote for the show 30 Rock.
Think about it.
Oh.
Anybody thinking about it?
That clears it up.
Really.
The show Atlanta, which is a modern classic.
You watch all these shows, do you?
Community, I for sure watched. Atlanta, for sure watched. Not that much 30 Rock.
There it is.
Okay.
You ever been to 30 Rockefeller Center? Done the ice skating?
I have.
All that?
Years and
I have
years
as well.
ago.
Have you?
It's pretty cool, yeah. Really, really cool.
You did the ice skating?
I didn't do any ice skating.
Like you were doing on a penalty kill?
Yeah. Penalty kill. That's where, clear the puck. There's no icing in a penalty kill. There's no icing, Martin. That's the thing. So you take, when you get the puck, you just send it on down.
Cousin John and I were in the lobby of 30 Rock. Was that 1990?
I think it was 1990 because I just graduated from St. Gabriel's.
Pre-Seinfeld?
And no, Seinfeld's on, but we saw Tom Brokaw. He walked by in the lobby.
Why does that sound like you're...
Imus?
Don Imus.
That's fair.
Which is my favorite of your impression.
I think I enjoyed that one as well.
What's wrong? Dumbass. You just and all your insults have to be like 4 hours. You know, like the bully from 1950.
The rascals.
The program's called TMA. It is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Too Fat to Kayak is in there talking it over with John Scores and Show Prep Bill. They're all in there, along with, of course, Spicy So and Lex Luthor and Doug. I believe they were the ones that wore yesterday in there. Is that correct, Chairman Kurt? They were not. It seems like you're exhausted as well.
Spicy Sal was definitely involved. I think the other party was that Legend of Columbia.
Oh, yeah, the guy who booked me the table at CC's.
Which he's claiming he never said.
Jackson's got the audio. I know Jackson has the audio of Reese Davis, Doug.
Okay.
Is this the College Game Day podcast, Jackson, where this comes from?
No, if I had to guess, I believe this came from Reese Davis sending in something to the Missouri Journalism School. I think that's...
I'm sorry?
Because John Anderson is part of the Missouri J School.
Yeah, he is.
And once you hear the audio, I think, and this came from the Tiger Kickoff Show, which is a student-run kind of Missouri podcast, and all those guys are journalism students. So that's where I think, and they tweeted it out. So this is where I think this audio comes from.
I was wondering because I listened to the College Game Day podcast, and I was thinking to myself, I had not seen them with an episode this week, and I must have missed them previewing the weekend's games. That would explain it. All right, let's take a listen here.
I had to come into ESPN headquarters to do the college football playoff top 25 ranking show, despite the fact that we're a couple of weeks away from rankings. Walking by this board of catchphrases made me think of my friend John Anderson, which makes me think of what's coming up on Saturday, College Game Day, going to Vanderbilt for Missouri and Vanderbilt. And there's so much talk, and deservedly so, about Diego Pavia and Clark Lee and Vanderbilt rising from nowhere. Poor old Missouri. Oh, I just hope Missouri, with that great running attack and dual threat quarterback and demons coming off the edge, I hope they can just find a way to get a first down on Saturday. Coach Drink, understated as always. I mean, what in the world do we think? I mean, Missouri, they're just going to show up and be fodder, right? I don't think so. I think the Tigers are real. Vanderbilt is too. It's going to be a great game. But I believe your Missouri Tigers are in the mix. Look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday.
Oh, No.
So he probably was directing it to John Anderson there, clearly.
All right. Now I understand the context. I was thinking that Reese Davis was saying on the College Game Day podcast, where he did pick Missouri to beat Alabama, even though he is a Roll Tide grad, that the country was overlooking Missouri in this conversation and not Vanderbilt, which would be historically counterintuitive to say that Vanderbilt was getting all the credit. But he's playing to the Missouri audience.
I believe that's the case.
So I follow that. All right.
And I'm not a Tiger nationalist, but I do think a Mizzou fan this week would be like, oh, great, we're in a huge game, but it's all about Vandy. It does seem like they're the little darlings here.
I think it's the better place to be, honestly. I think it's better to
spoil the party.
Yeah, crash the party as opposed to.
Eli Drinkwitz was asked about that in Game Day being in Nashville. First time in 11 years, he said, that Missouri has been a game day
subject
opponent, because in 2010, so 15 years, the last time Missouri hosted it. So, Doug, would that have been 2014?
I just don't know the years. I wish
I wonder who that was for. I wonder what game that was for. Do you know, Sherman? I feel like you might
Georgia?
be the person to know.
No.
Georgia came through Columbia and beat them that year. Beat them bad. And then Missouri still won the SEC East. But here is Eli Drinkwitz when asked about Game Day being on site for Missouri Vanderbilt.
College Game Day is coming to a Mizzou game for the first time in 11 years. They've only covered Mizzou 6 times. I'm curious, does that amplify the stage itself at all? Or does that change anything in preparation or make the game even bigger?
Is it in First Bank Stadium?
I'm not sure where it is this week.
Doesn't affect anything then for us. We're the road team. So we'll show up, we'll go to the visitors' locker room, we'll walk out on the field and play the game. Whatever else they got for their fans there is up to them, but it doesn't affect us. I don't even think they want to talk to us.
Would he be on the show? Or is it only the home team?
I would say they would likely have Clark Lee on, and he'll be on set. They did that with Kirby Smart last week when they were in Athens, and they were playing at 2:30 against Ole Miss. The 11 o'clock game, so I would imagine it will either be Kiffin or Venables.
Yeah, I think they already have it out.
Oh, well, there you go. Would be who I would imagine they'll have walking around on the field. Martin, they do that. They did that with Drinkwitz for the 11 o'clock Missouri-Alabama game.
It would be kind of fun because Drinkwitz would love to troll that crowd. Not happening. But I think he's going to play that card to his team all week, too. It's all about Vandy. They don't care about us. They won't even talk about us. It's all about them. I could see that being the theme. Drinkwitz, is it 5-0 against Vandy?
Yeah, I would bet Wayne is being talked to on the field in Norman.
Yeah.
Although I would love it if
he was being talked to on the field, I think. Or no, he was being talked to like where they were staying.
Yeah, right.
Last week in Athens.
Yeah. I would prefer it, honestly, though, to be talking on the field with Hugh Freeze at 11:45 for his 11:45
Get ready for Fayetteville.
Yeah, against Petrino. That would be, I think, must-see TV, as Hugh Freeze really wants that vote of confidence from his AD.
Did that dumbass journalist really not know where the Commodores play? That's from the 636.
That's rude. That'd be rude.
Well, what was it? Let me hear that.
The drink talks about it in First Bank Stadium.
I think he was asking if game day is going to actually be in the stadium as opposed to out on, like, at the Quad in Columbia or something like that.
Right, here. I'll play that part one more time.
Make the game even bigger?
Is it in First Bank Stadium?
I'm not sure where it is this week.
Doesn't affect anything then for us. We're the road team.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He kind of deadpanned his answer.
Last loss to Vandy, 2019. I feel like that's when Barry Odom was done.
Yeah.
When they lost that game.
Could it have been for at South Carolina? Maybe at Texas A&M?
For the SEC championship game.
That's true as well.
Are you talking about 2014?
Yeah.
September 27th,
So
game day was at the South Carolina game.
Got it. W for the Missouri Tigers.
Okay.
Pre-Beamer.
Yeah, who has been coaching?
Guys, the guest picker has to be Dierks Bentley. He went to Vanderbilt, and his dad played football and basketball at the Zoo. That's from 314. Is that right? Dierks Bentley's dad played?
I was unaware of that.
Dierks Bentley did go to Vanderbilt. I know that. A lot of Vanderbilt fans are hoping it'll be Dierks Bentley. Also talk of Chris Stapleton, Nate Bergazzi, who I talked about and saw. Martin made reference to this in the 10 o'clock hour yesterday. Friend of the program, Greg Warren, was here. He was in the hallway talking to Rafe from the Riz Show. And I said, hey, you think there's any chance that Nate, who he's touring with, and they're playing Chicago on Thursday and Friday night, And then Cincinnati on Saturday night, you think there's any chance that Nate will be the guest picker for the game? Greg, huge Missouri guy. Nate, Vanderbilt alum. And he goes, God, that would be great. And I said, they'll fly the ESPN Game Day PJ in there for him. Shoot down to Chicago, Nashville, probably no more than like an hour. And then hop right back up in the air and go to Cincinnati for the show that night. And he goes, if he's doing that, I'm in.
All day.
That's when Greg also told me, and I said this in the 10 o'clock hour, that he is doing the Tonight Show for the first time ever. How about that?
Wow, good for him.
Yeah. I'm so fired up. I'm so damn happy for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fellow pioneer, Doug.
He is
Pioneer
indeed. Yeah. Yeah. He and his dad both in the Kirkwood Hall of Fame.
Look at that.
How about Krusty J. Cutler? Pat and him would be great together. That's from Chunk and the Chuck. Jay Cutler is the college game day picker.
That'd be cool. I would like that. I don't think it'll happen. Cutler's I see him as a guy who's kind of okay not being in the spotlight anymore.
Well, when he is, it's usually not good.
Right.
Of late.
Oh,
Dirk Bentley wears the cowboy hat, pulled down real low. Is that the other guy, the other country guy?
Who's that? That's most of them, I think.
I was just kidding. Yeah, they all wear their hats pulled low.
Guys, I think Al Gore is a live bet. He's an alum of Vandy. That's from Tim's Toothless Bottom Boy. Doug, will the former vice president be picking games?
The inventor of the internet.
And will he be on set?
No.
On Saturday.
They'll get some big country star.
You guys want to take a guess on Al Gore's age?
Did you say Al Gore's age? I'll say...
I was going to say 77, so you can say 78.
I was going to say 78. He might be older than that. Might even
Did you say 77?
You're damn right I did.
He's 77.
Doggone it.
I'm in awe of myself. Does that come off wrong?
Yes.
Too bad absolutely no one watches The Tonight Show anymore. It's America in the Central West End.
Fighting back tears.
He's fighting back tears?
That's what it sounded like. Tonight Show, of course, with Jimmy Fallon.
Right.
That's correct.
Well, they don't watch as much as they once did, but I think they
pretty
still
big on
get some
YouTube.
viewers.
YouTube is where I think the future of late night is.
Ryan O'Reilly should do it. He's a made man with Tim in Wellington. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves. You think Ryan O'Reilly would excite the Vanderbilt students?
The hockey player or the character?
Oh, God.
Well, there's a character in Oz named Ryan O'Reilly.
I don't even know you
Probably
anymore.
not.
Well, both of them have the same tie to Vanderbilt, so what's the difference? You ever watch Oz?
I did not.
It's a tough J.K. Simmons performance.
Why do you say that?
He plays a white supremacist sexual assailant.
Oh.
Which is not, not a great build.
No.
Not my ideal. But, what are you going to do?
Okay.
Doug, wasn't Al Gore a roommate of Tommy Lee Jones at Harvard? Thanks. That's from a Newt Bowl eligible.
I don't know. Did he claim that?
I don't know.
That's a good clearing the deck though. Famous roommates, because that's a dense text.
A dense text.
Who are some famous roommates?
Give us an example.
Okay, Kevin Hart and Jason Segel.
Really?
Yeah.
At what university?
Not necessarily in college. Just like
these guys living together.
Well, in LA, yeah. When you're young in LA and you're booking. I think wasn't Burt Reynolds was roommates with somebody famous.
Dom DeLuise.
No, Lee Corso.
Yeah, that's it. Burt Reynolds.
That was at Florida State.
That was at Florida State.
All right, I think we can count that one.
Were Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson, were they roommates at Arkansas?
They certainly were on the same team there.
Jerry Jones.
And that's where Jimmy Johnson was a defensive tackle.
How tall is he?
He's about 5'7" or 8.
Yeah.
Jim is mean as a gator. He'll get out there and
they were teammates. Offense. It does not say that they were roommates, though.
Okay.
So your premise was not
well, just people who live together. It doesn't matter if it's a college or not.
Probably.
I think there's Robert Duvall was roommates with a couple of people that are really
Robert
famous.
Redford, just say it.
Well, they would have been too big at the time.
Every now and then you hear actors who are roommates in New York trying to make it.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Expensive.
Oh, okay. Robert Duvall's famous roommates were Gene Hackman and Dustin Hoffman.
Not good enough.
Yeah, come on. Sorry that they were in college. Not funny.
David Niven roomed with Burl Ives at Watershoe. That's Dale and
Could have been. Could well have been.
I feel like guys like that never lived with anyone else. They'd rather live on the street than...
I'm seeing Owen Wilson and your guy Wes Anderson live together.
Oh, they're boys in Texas.
How about that, Doug?
Welcome.
Okay.
Robert Duvall went to Principia over here in Illinois. Do you know that?
Did he really?
College, yeah.
Interesting.
Fun fact. That is a fun fact. Do you have his roommate?
Duvall, Gene Hackman, and Dustin Hoffman.
That was in New York as actors.
What's different?
I did think we were talking college.
I did too. Man,
I wasn't into. I didn't
So
know
did Sheridan Clayton. She says FFS piddles.
Okay, you guys stink. Never mind. You guys are. I said you guys don't stink earlier. I've retracted.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've turned.
Doug, the SP Plus top 10 is out. Would you like to see if you can guess the SP Plus top 10 in college football? This has taken all the biases out of it.
The SP. What's the SP again for those of us who...
That is ESPN's Bill Conley.
Oh, okay. So it's one guy's top 10.
Yeah, but he's built an algorithm, and it really is focused on game control and is used by some wagerers as a tool to guide them in their placement of bets.
15-yarder for Bill.
Ohio State, number 1.
See, there you go. Now you can buy into SP Plus. Here we go. Martin, this guy's going to do all 10.
Now they're also the AP number 1, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. It's like the Vaughn Index.
Very similar.
That's where I got Ohio State from. Texas A&M, number 2.
No, I'm sorry.
Indiana.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, Alabama.
No, I'm sorry.
Ole Miss. Georgia Tech.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Georgia.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, Vanderbilt.
No, I'm sorry.
Notre Dame.
No, I'm sorry.
No, Oregon. No.
Yes.
Okay. Gosh. I'm exhausted. We're on number 2.
Well, you're
number
2
3.
for 2.
Indiana.
Yeah, exactly. Indiana, 3 for 3, Martin.
Texas A&M.
No.
Oh, shucks. Georgia.
No.
No.
I'm eating chicken wings on the potty.
Ole Miss.
No.
No. Miami. No.
No.
Notre Dame. No. Georgia Tech. No. Alabama.
No.
Can I have initials, please?
TT.
TT.
TT boy.
TT. That would be Tennessee Technical. Texas Tech.
Yes.
Okay, they're ranked 14th by everyone else. But we found out earlier that those are writers who just kind of make things up sometimes after they've forgotten to turn in their rankings the night before.
Big time sports talk.
Okay. Gosh. And we're only to 4?
Williams' hands were shaking.
A 5. Texas A&M.
No.
Doggone it. Alabama.
No.
No. Georgia.
No.
Georgia Tech.
No.
Ole Miss.
No.
BYU.
For the record, Georgia Tech's ranked 28th, so you can say.
Oh,
And this is an algorithm. It's not somebody guessing.
Thank you, Martin. This is data. This is data from Bill.
But
I'm burying this damn Gamecock.
But didn't Bill Conley have Mizzou should have won the Alabama game by like a high percentage?
Yes, and they should have lost the Auburn game. Fun facts for no and tell by a high percentage.
That one I could agree with. The Alabama, I cannot agree with.
Shocks me. Doug, Oklahoma, 5.
Okay.
Notre Dame, 6. A&M, 7. Your Missouri Tigers, 8. Undefeated, or excuse me, the team they lost to, Alabama, 9. And Georgia is at 10, along with SEC teams Texas at 11 and Ole Miss at 12. There is your college football playoff. That means Missouri will be hosting Alabama once again in the first round of the college football playoff if we took Bill's top 12 teams.
They gonna take off that shirt, you hear?
Well, I like his top 10. I'm not sure I would agree with it, but I like it. Just because Missouri's in there.
Illinois ranked 27th ahead of undefeated Georgia Tech, for the record.
Okay.
Has anybody thrown out Sonny Gray as a possible guest picker?
That was thrown out yesterday.
Was it?
Can you
Nashville
imagine the
guy,
response?
Vanderbilt guy.
I would bet against it.
Yeah, he's not well enough known.
I don't think any baseball player would be big enough.
What
about an NBA player?
I think they would be big enough.
Oh,
well, they had Sabrina Ionescu, famous Oregon Duck and WNBA player.
The Predators host the Kings on Saturday night in Nashville.
The Predators host the Kings. John Kelly. Book him.
Oh, how about that?
That'd be great.
That would be.
How about that?
He holds up a Vandy sign. He's supporting anybody but Missouri teams at this point.
Martin, you got a chance to talk to John Kelly yesterday. We'll talk about his return home coming up next year on TMA 101 ESPN.
I need to put together a watch party. Me and Papers up at Village Bar, and while we're there, just watching a game, hanging out, enjoying the best cheeseburger in town, maybe some waffle fries. You'll also be able to order some drinks from 1879 Distilling. That's the fine spirits that are being made right out back. The barn, you park at Village Bar, you always see that cool barn, a historic building. Well, inside that building, they're making 1879 handcrafted small batch spirits. It goes back to the German history here in our town, early 1800s. The distilling tradition that started back then, alive and well with 1879 Distilling. They have 7 different vodkas, 6 flavored. The premium brand Red Barn Vodka, 1879 Bourbon, 1879 Rye. You can check out the entire list of spirits available. Great website, 1879distilling.com. They've won awards throughout the region. Ask for it by name. Quality, taste, and tradition. The Village Bar. Who knew, right? Out back, 1879 Distilling. Starting to get popular around town, popping up different places. Ask for it at the grocery store. Let them know you're interested in 1879s when you order a drink. Make it distinct. 1879 Distilling, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's Halloween, it's time to scare the pants off your friends. It's Halloween, it's time to collect strangers' candy. It's Halloween, it's time to do some pumpkin carving. What are you going to be for Halloween?
Boy, this is haunting. The show is called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Get ready with your two-part questions for Jeremy Rutherford. He is coming your way at 9 o'clock in studio, Jackie Papers.
Yeah.
No reason for him to be on the road because the Blues will host the Utah Mammoth tomorrow night at Enterprise Center pregame here on 101 ESPN, 6 p.m. puck drop, 7 p.m. coming off the loss last night. But John Kelly back in the building. Martin, you had a chance to talk to him before the game. What did you take away from your chance to talk with our former regular here on the program? I think it was
Tuesdays,
Tuesdays or Thursdays. One of the
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays with JK. I think he's, whatever bitterness or shock there was over the summer, not being invited back to be part of the broadcast. I would say for him, maybe now that's kind of settled in a little more. He's out in L.A. He said, we're living in a great spot right near the ocean.
Yeah.
He said,
and the Kings practice facility.
He said,
right?
traffic does kind of suck getting around if you're going to games. But I think maybe a little more, I don't know if at peace, I don't want to speak for him. He didn't say the words at peace, but just kind of, hey, so I'm coming here to call a game, and what are my emotions? He said, I'm not a really emotional guy. But I saw him tweet out after the morning skate yesterday a shot of the banner with his dad's name on it. And he said, whenever I called a game here, I always looked first at the banner up there with my dad's name on it. And then Chris Pronger, active on social media, retweeted it and said it's an honor to have my jersey hanging next to your dad's. John, welcome back, etc. Warm welcome there in the first period. It was kind of a quiet crowd overall. I mean, it is a Tuesday night in October. There's a fair amount of empty seats around the building. I'm sure they were sold, but people just didn't show up on a Tuesday night. So it wasn't like a lively building throughout. But it was a nice ovation for John. And I think I asked him about going into the Blues Hall of Fame. I said, what would that be like? Whether it's 2-3, are you comfortable with that, or what are your thoughts? And he said, well, broadcasters can't get in. So I said, okay, stop. We'll edit that out. And I guess in the Blues Hall of Fame, there's not a category for broadcasters, but they do have, much like the Cardinals do with like the team's choice, there's a True Blue Award, which could go to an equipment man, a trainer, Mike Caruso. So I think John Kelly would fall into that category at some point. So
off-ice contributors.
Yeah, I think there's a category he could certainly fall into, but I kind of wanted to get his read on what would that be like, despite how it ended. But he kind of shot it down just because he said it's not allowed. It's not part of the ballot. But I think at some point he will get that call. But I think he's probably still a little miffed at how it all went down. But he's in a good spot. He kept saying, I'm really blessed to be with the Kings, really excited to be with the Kings, and working for FanDuel, ironically enough. So, and he said, I'll be back in January. We'll do it all over again in January.
At about the 12-minute mark, they had the celebration of his return and got a huge ovation, as you would imagine, from the fans at Enterprise Center. Here is his call of what was the Kings' overtime winner.
Seam pass, Kempe shoots, and he scores! Kempe wins it! Kings in overtime! Goodbye, good night, game over!
He's got a new catchphrase.
Goodbye.
I liked it.
One of the clips they played in the homage, I forgot, and I don't remember the game now, and I'm sure everybody else does, but he said, this is crazy, this is crazy, and it was a great call, but because at the time, and maybe it was the comeback against Winnipeg in the playoffs, I don't know, but it was just, this is crazy, this is crazy. It was fun to hear some of the old clips, and it's got to be a little surreal when you walk into any building, even when you work there full-time in the past 21 years, your dad's name is plastered on the wall of the press box. As you walk by it every game to call it, there's an homage to your dad.
Well, he wouldn't be human if he weren't a little bit bitter by it all. I'm really happy things worked out for him. He got such a good job.
Yeah.
But it's still...
He talked about how Joe Buck and Darren Pang played a large role in helping that happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did an interview yesterday.
I think he was on the Mighty Mox yesterday. Was he on with Ackerman, maybe?
Jackson has the audio. What do we got here?
It was with the Gas House Gang.
Okay.
So Ackerman, Ranji, and Bernie Miklas. One moment.
Here's what that sounded like, Doug. Doug, if you were busy at the time, here's what it sounded like.
was. As busy as
you know,
I am.
coming down to the rink this morning, seeing a lot of familiar faces and people that I've worked with and known for the last 21 years, it's great. So I have nothing but positive memories of my time here, and I'm looking forward to the game tonight, quite honestly. You know, the fans have been so nice and on social media, and you know, what can I say? I appreciate that. I mean, I think anyone that does a job, any job, but people who do jobs that are in the public eye, you know, obviously you want to be liked. And, you know, as an announcer, I try to be professional and do the best job I can. But first and foremost, I want people to enjoy my work. So hopefully people did enjoy my work over 21 years. And I always tried to be as cordial and nice and down to earth to every fan I met. So it's been nothing but, I guess, respect. And I've certainly appreciated all the fans that have you know, voiced their opinion on social media or I've met in person. It means a lot.
Off the post again.
Yeah.
Scramble for the puck out front.
I believe on TV last night I described it, though, as a little awkward. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
We just let you go, but welcome back. And I think if you don't honor him, then it's worse. So you have to acknowledge and pay tribute.
Oh, yeah. I just can't imagine how upsetting it would have been to his personal life. You know, you reach a certain age, you don't maybe want to pack up and move to some city that you have no connection to in a hurry.
I heard you interviewed at the Score yesterday. I wasn't going to say anything, but now that would be awkward.
Oh, no.
You want to go with papers. All of a sudden, Doug's got hot takes about the Bears. Just immediately, day one.
I'm saying packing up and moving to Los Angeles at the last minute is about the last thing in the world I'd want to do right now. Or any other city like that. It's one thing if you're retiring somewhere to Florida or wherever. It's another if you're going to go right back into the rat race in another major city. It's a big change in your life. Huge change.
I think there might have been an O.B. Clark's gathering last night. I don't know.
Is that right? Really?
I think somebody said John was sticking around for a couple of days doing some stuff. They sold their house.
Sell the house, yeah.
Sold their house, so they had some things to do in town. So I think there was probably a run, David.
Oh, was it really?
I went to dinner there last night.
Did you?
Did you really? Did you ask him to put on the Lakers?
As part of the hockey crowd?
Before I even got there.
Did you leave before the game started?
No, before I even got there, the Rockets and Thunder game was on one of the televisions. And the rest
Did you call ahead and requested?
The rest were on the Blues game. There was a moment, though, where they were switching one of the TVs over to the Blues game, and they messed up. And at one point, all of the televisions of O.B. Clark's were playing the NBA game, and I tried getting a picture of it.
Wow.
And being like,
you called us a hockey bar.
I've taken over. It was amazing. And everyone started screaming like, no! And I was fired up.
Did you get the dirty wings with some delicious fries, boy?
I like their cheeseburger a lot. So I get the cheeseburger.
You don't have to apologize. You had an apologetic tone to that. You don't have to apologize to me.
Well, I do
or
like the
anybody.
chicken wings.
I like their pizza, Doug.
Do you?
But those dirty wings and the spices, they nices.
Okay.
Yeah, I do really like the chicken wings, but I was in the mood for a cheeseburger, and they do it really well there.
How's the grilled chicken and broccoli?
Oh,
probably the exact same as any grilled chicken and broccoli you'll get anywhere else.
Nice.
So you're going there now today?
Yeah, might.
Can you walk there as a Brownwood?
For sure. Yeah, I do it. I wouldn't say often, but I do walk over there.
Well, this has upset the listeners, Jackson. If there was someone in our sports media who should have been thrown out of town, it should have been Jackson. That's from the 636 in Harrison.
Fine by me, man. Kick me out.
Nobody cares about the NBA. Tell him to sit in a corner and stop talking. That's from Harrison's brother Master, Eric in the Central West End. Of course, Libby Jack goes to freaking O.B. Clark's to watch the NBA. It's unreal. It's from Eric in the Central West End.
Yeah, God forbid someone have some free will, some agency to do what they want.
I'm
sure that bothers you.
At your age and the point of the career you're in, a move to L.A. probably sounds fantastic. Yes, sign me up. Let's go.
I mean, people know I'm California dreaming.
When you're
moving?
No, but if I win the lottery today, I'm moving to Carmel by the Sea tomorrow.
Oh, is that right?
Are you really?
Yep, that's where I go. Get a nice
Jim
little
Nance
house.
lives there.
Yep. Play Pebble every other day. That would be my life.
What, Spyglass on the off days?
Spyglass or Monterey Country Club.
It's not a bad play. You can
Spanish
play it. It's a public course, or which one? Are they all public courses?
Yeah.
Jackson doesn't know what courses are public. He doesn't play public
Spyglass and Pebble for sure are.
What's it, about $500-600?
$600, I think. And I think you might have to stay on their property, kind of like you do with the Tiger course down in Branson. Paynes Valley.
All right, that's a lot of money.
No, but again, that's a lottery win.
I live 2 blocks from O.B. Clark's, and I heard Jackson yelling past the rock all the way over at my house. That's from Manute Bowl eligible.
No, I was just enjoying. I was watching both Blues and Hoop Rock at the same time. It was great.
All right. See, he was enjoying both. Doug, you can enjoy both, and you say people can have agency?
Sure, absolutely. Do what you want. Don't be bothered by what other people do if it doesn't bother your ass.
What if there was no NBA on? Would you have asked for it?
No. What do you mean asked for? Like a Hardwood Classic?
No, I'm saying knowing it's opening night in the NBA, and
if there was no,
if they didn't have it featured,
I would not have asked.
You would not.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to ruffle feathers.
Okay.
Who'd you go there with, Herb?
My buddy Mike.
My buddy Mike.
MPK.
MPK?
Yeah, MPK.
MPK.
The Ken Dog.
Last night was the first chance I had to watch a game. I looked up and there was some guy who looked like he was being held hostage rambling about stats. Is that a new part of the program? It's from MD 2020. Is this the NBA on NBC?
There's a guy named Mike Kelly, no relation.
With Tiger Talk last night.
No, I believe it's or Matt or Mike Kelly. I saw this also. I was at the game, but on the monitor, he pops up, and I think it said like NHL data expert or something. So I didn't pick up on this, but it was during the broadcast a couple of times.
And he was asking what you would do with one day in Columbia?
No.
24 hours at Enterprise Center.
I think it was Matt. There's a lot of Kellys flying around these days, but it was, I believe, Matt or Mike Kelly on FanDuel. I asked Vitale about it on Friday, but I think he was doing, you know how the games now have kind of like data insider.
You're asking me?
I'm just saying all sports.
Right. I was just
for a while it was
sports.
no, but for a while it was you get a former official and you had like the rules expert.
Dean Blandino.
Sure. Who'd be like, I don't know, I saw what you guys saw.
Gene Steratore.
The one the Jamal
Matt
Roberts
Austin.
fake punt lunge, and then they go to the rules expert, whoever that guy was.
Matt Austin.
And he just said, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking what you guys are thinking. I'm like, well, what is the rule? Like where he lands?
I want that job, by the way.
I
want to be the rules expert.
But they often just echo the announcers and say, that's going to be a close call. That's going to be a
the
tough
best part
one.
about it.
Guys, Mike Kelly is Dan Kelly's son. That's in the Jerkwood from Kirkwood.
Isn't what?
Dan Kelly Jr.?
Yes, who was on the Blues telecast in 2000.
Yeah, and
right?
they went to Columbus after that.
I believe so, CBJ. Yeah. That is not resonating with you, Martin. You have a confused look on your face.
You're saying that that's the guy I saw
That's
on
what
my
the Jerkwood from Kirkwood saying. That the guy who was the data analyst on the Blues game last night is Dan Kelly Jr.'s son.
Okay, would be John Kelly's.
I'm going to find out.
Correct.
All right, I'm
We're
going
to get to the bottom. Are you going to text that generous executive?
I think I'll text Dan Kelly. This is...
You've had enough at this point.
I'm really confused. Now, I'm not disputing it. It doesn't feel right to me for a number of reasons, but as Claves would say.
Harrison's brother Master says, why is he always going out with guys and not girls? It's from Harrison's brother Master, and now Doug, he's making an insinuation that because you went out with MPK.
The Ken Dog.
And the Ken Dog.
The Ken Dog and MPK, same guy. Well, it was just, we bellied up to the bar.
You bellied up, did you?
So Ken Dog's name is Mike.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
But your age, guys go out, hang out together, and then you might meet some girls.
Why are we breaking this down like this is a weird thing?
No, I'm saying in your defense, it's normal.
It's absolutely normal. That sounds like a guy who has no friends. Being honest.
What are we talking about?
Being honest, Harrison's brother Master sounds like a guy with no friends, or maybe had friends and then has a life now. It's like, I wish I had friends, so I'm going to make fun of this kid who has friends.
You don't think Harrison's a warm brother? Excuse me.
I'm sure he has friends. I'm sure he can't just go to the bar with his friends on a Tuesday night and watch a little ball/puck and have a cheeseburger. I'm sure those days are behind him. I hate that for him, but I'm sure he has a lovely family, and he's jealous, so he's projecting that on me.
Does his family like him?
I don't know. I'm not going to make such an insinuation. Okay. I don't know the guy. He doesn't know me, yet he makes a lot of insinuations about me. I'm starting to sweat now.
Block him.
Don't give it agency.
I'm starting to sweat. I want that to be out there.
Because you're worked up.
I'm perspiring.
Guys, Jackson says he would move to Monterey, what percentage of the audience would move to Destin if they hit the lottery? I put the number at 10%. 100% of that 10% are Hey Dudes exclusive. That's from Alan Dadeville. Doug, this Hey Dudes thing comes back up, and I just don't know what Hey Dudes are.
Rears its ugly head. Slipper sneaker combo.
So 10% of the audience would move to Destin, but 100% of that 10% only wear Hey Dudes?
I guess. It's nothing wrong with wearing Hey Dudes. It's just a simple shoe. Nothing wrong with that.
Is Jackson's face flushed? It sounds flushed on the air. It's in the 636.
I stand with papers. There's nothing wrong with going out with your buddies, watching some games.
No, not at all. Not weird at all.
No, it'll be fine.
Now, if you go up to some young girl you like to meet and you say, hey, how about SGA tonight? Looking good, huh? Now, that might be weird.
Well, if she loves hoop rock.
Then it's all over.
Yeah, then that's when we...
She loves... When did Jackson know that he was in love? Well, she loved hoop rock.
Yeah, that sounds great. Love story in 2 parts.
You've got one night at O.B. Clark's. What's on the TV? NBA Classics.
Hardwoods.
Text into the program, 314-399-9646. That's how you can get involved on the program. And, of course, you are welcome to email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And, Martin, you know something about Design Air Heating and Cooling, do you?
Love Design Air because you can count on them to get into your home, get the job done, get it right the first time. And down the road, when you have other questions, other issues with your heating, your cooling, you call them again because they're going to be around. They've been in St. Louis for more than a century now. A company you can count on, family-owned and operated. That's important to remember because sometimes a business is successful. An out-of-town company will come in and buy it. They'll keep the name the same, but it's actually being run by somebody out of town. This is family-owned from day one, 4th generation. That's what Seth Goldcamp is, 4th generation. So it's a company you can count on. They've got a great repair team. Doug always talks about the handsome repair team. I just want them to get in and get the job done right, and they do it every single time. We've had so many listeners text us with the great experience that they had. So if you have any issues or this time of year, as we're all doing, getting that tune-up for the winter, go to designairservice.com, set up your own appointment. Also, the longest-running TMA sponsor, so you know they are loyal. Support the sponsors, and that begins with designairservice.com.
Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. You want your 2-part questions read for Jeremy Rutherford, who will be in studio. Brought to you by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Send those into the Air Comfort Service text inbox right now at 314-399-9646. Jeremy Rutherford in studio coming up. 100% of Hey Dude wearers are fats or have a beard that goes to their chest, and they get pegged. That's from B-Money. Who's done all these studies? Who's done all
I just don't know if that's fair.
studies?
Don't know if that's fair.
Beards to their chest?
That can't happen, though. I've seen that happen.
Really?
Well, I've seen it where
So you watch this go on?
Well, so
you get invited over to somebody's chateau?
Let's say your hair starts at your hairline. It goes back all the way down your neck into your back hair, which obviously goes all the way down to your backside of your body, comes back around up to the front. Chest hair connects to the neck of the beard.
That would take years to grow that.
Oh, well, you'd be surprised, man.
Yeah, not as long as you'd think, Doug.
Some guys are
How
really...
long? Have you tried it?
Some guys are just hairy,
I grow
man.
hair faster than others.
Yeah.
You could grow hair that goes down your back, curves around inside your arm, and up back into your neck.
What? Well, it's not
No,
like
it goes all the way down. I'm talking all the way down, like your entire body. South of your hairline, you have hair on it.
If you don't keep up with the grooming, it can kind of just become
things can get away from you. Yeah, I'm with you, Chairman.
How about the 618? Jackson, I'm a big NBA fan. I appreciate you standing up for the minority NBA fans. Screw the haters.
How about that? There you go.
Not that big a minority, but I don't think we're ready for that conversation.
Oh,
right there, Doug, you hear that?
Yeah, I know. He's talking down to us is what he's doing.
These loser texters who probably have never been to Destin probably think that Silver Dollar City and riding the mine train is a great vacation. It's from Starfish Street. I thought Silver Dollar City had Fire in the Hole.
I think they do.
Mine trains at Six Flags.
Did you see who's a new huge investor in Six Flags?
Travis Kelce.
Yes.
Good for him.
Pouring millions into it to try to make it better. Didn't see that coming, but good for him.
It kind of fits his brand, I think. I like that.
Hey Dude shoes are the offspring of Crocs and loafers having a one-night stand. That's from Fluffernutters fan page moderator.
I wouldn't say loafers. I would say sneakers.
Okay.
Andy Strickland says, not related to the Kelly family. The new data guy said he works for FanDuel. He's joining every FanDuel broadcast and at different times. So providing some NHL data insight, but not related to the Kelly family, which now makes me regret texting Dan Kelly with what was reported on the text line. I didn't think it fit even age-wise and all of that, but now the question's been asked to Dan and answered by Andy.
Dan Kelly Jr. is now on the Big Ten Network, says the 636.
Yeah, we had him on last year. He was calling some hockey games at Wrigley Field when they did the collegiate version of the Winter Classic.
They've had some great careers, those Kellys. All of them, every one of them.
Doug, fire in the hole is closed. It's from the 314.
Is it really?
No.
It's still have the glass blowers?
They redid it. It's all new now.
314, there's a new one. It's all new.
What is fire in the hole? Just a hole, and they throw dynamite down there, and they yell, "Fire in the hole!"
That was a roller coaster.
And customers died for their lives?
So it is a roller coaster.
I didn't think it was like a demonstration.
Oh, I thought maybe it was a demolition ride. We're going to blow stuff up.
Yeah.
The drunk losers who spilled beer behind us that got on the merchandise we bought, 100% were wearing Hey Dudes. That's Sharon and Clayton, and she had her merchandise destroyed last night at the game by people wearing Hey Dudes.
It's a bad beat. Beer spilling on you is that sucks. It smells for a couple days after.
Yeah, it happens. You go to a crowded sporting event.
For sure. It's only for people who wear Hey Dudes.
I think it could be anyone. I don't think the shoes really play into it.
Send your emails in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email. That comes your way 1045 on the Stiefel dossier. Next is Jeremy Rutherford of The Athletic and 101 ESPN. He had a great column this morning on Jim Montgomery not pulling any punches early on in the season. That is certainly, I would recommend reading that. He is taking your two-part questions coming up. Text him into the Air Comfort Service text inbox 314-399-9646. I would like to recommend Dr. Brandon Pryor and 100 West Dental on Manchester in Baldwin. And if you don't have dental insurance at 100 West Dental, that's not a problem. They have a membership plan, and that membership plan will help with you and your costs for dental work. And that's for the people who do not have dental insurance. They have an offer going on right now that if you mention my name, you get $1,000 off Invisalign. If you're not sure about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that will show you a simulation of what it'll look like for you before you even go through with the process. No phone call is needed to get into 100 West Dental. Just check the calendar online for availability and book right then and there. 100westdental.com. That's 100westdental.com. Or if you do want to call, it's 636-585-0100. Jeremy Rutherford taking your two-part questions. A Wednesday tradition brought to you by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Next here on The Morning After. The show is presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Hey, St. Louis, Tim McKernan here with you to talk a little bit about aesthetic design and build. They've been building high-quality custom decks and outdoor living spaces now for over 30 years. Dan and his team have a showroom in Chesterfield Valley. They walk me through all the different types of custom work they're capable of doing, from a full-on custom deck to adding on a pergola or even looking to shade your covered patio with retractable screens. They really do have answers for it all. They truly are a design company that can think outside the box and offer unique solutions and designs for your outdoor living projects. If you are ready to take your outdoor space to the next level, Dan and his team at Aesthetic Design and Build have you covered. Call them at 636-532-5008 or visit them online at aestheticdesignandbuild.com and let them know I sent you their way. They have been to my home, I have been to their showroom, and I am impressed. If you are looking to update your outdoor living space, Aesthetic Design and Build is who I recommend. Online at aestheticdesignandbuild.com. Yeah, Mark Hanna presents Jeremy Rutherford. Doug, and he joins us in studio right now here on 101 ESPN and the TMA YouTube channel. It is TMA presented to you by Brown and Crew. Good morning, JR.
Morning.
So what's going on with this team?
Wow, Doug, you're just going to get right. We couldn't even say, how's your day?
What's going on?
How's Jeff
I saw Doug lean in. JR looked at me like I was going to say, this Doug turned around.
I thought there was going to be
and he
more.
started berating you.
I love
you are in the cuck chair in the corner, and you just got berated.
I love going to bed writing about what might be wrong with the Blues and waking up to, what's wrong with the Blues?
Yeah,
What's wrong with
yell.
I'm doing fine, Doug. Everything's fine with the family.
Okay.
The kids are good.
That's good. I don't care about that so much.
He doesn't care.
But for the team, why?
Is that where we're jumping to?
Yes.
I love the way you framed the column this morning. Truly recommended reading on The Athletic with Jim Montgomery stepping to the stage yesterday, or 2 days ago now, from the skate on Monday. Practice wasn't great. And you said, why wasn't it great? You want to know a real reason, or do you want to know the politically correct reason? Politically correct reason is we get happy after we win hockey games, and we don't practice the right way. The real reason, a reporter asked, I'm not telling.
No,
that's Jim Montgomery.
brother.
That was before last night's
So
performance.
he sees a flaw in their game and doesn't want to give it away anymore.
That's what it seems like. What do you think's going on there, JR?
Yeah, so typically you go in there post-game, you don't know what he's going to say. Is he going to take the team to task? But, I thought back to a couple days ago when he had that press conference, and he said that after wins, we just don't practice well, and practice wasn't great. And again, like I said in the article, that was unsolicited. Like, he walked up to the podium. Usually he waits for the first question. He said that practice wasn't great. So obviously it was gnawing at him. And I think it tied into last night, and it ties into what's happened with the Blues this season. You open with that 5-0 loss to Minnesota, right? Then you look pretty good in 2 games in Western Canada. Then you throw a dud against Chicago, then look great against Dallas, and then last night. So what gives? And ultimately he got to it, and he said that he thinks they're back to where they were last January, what are the guys' motives? Are they playing to have a great start for themselves, or are they playing for the team? And right now it looks like there's individual motives.
The non-ling was texting me earlier during the program, and he was making the observation. I'm curious what your perspective is on this. He said, something about this mix of players isn't right, and a single-digit minute defensive pairing obviously is a huge issue. They don't have a 5th NHL defenseman at the moment in the system or anywhere.
Yeah, huge. I'll get to that in 1 second, but I think, the mix of players, I've always said that even if they have success like they did at the end of last year, and they deserve all the credit in the world, we're going to look back at these rosters in a couple years and go, yikes, it's a hodgepodge of players that they're putting on the ice to try to stay competitive for a couple years until they can get some of these pieces in place, the draft picks, maybe sign a guy in free agency, make a big trade. That's why they're willing to take the step back with trading Bolduc and wait on Mayu to be a good player. So that's what they're doing is trying to stay competitive, but ultimately look a couple years down the road. And so in this stretch of games, without a Sundqvist, without a Toropchenko, you're playing a Alex Texier on the 4th line. No business. He has no business being on that 4th line. He played. He didn't have a shift in the final 27 minutes last night. You have Snuggerud didn't play one shift in the 3rd period, and so you have some guys who they're trying to put together, and some nights it's not working. And to your point on the defense. And Non-Gay says it, you have a 3rd defensive pair. Both those guys, Tucker and Kessel, last night played less than 10 minutes. Same thing against Dallas. You're putting 23 minutes on those top 4 guys each night. That's going to be a recipe where those guys wear out early in the season. So it is a hodgepodge of guys who can be competitive. We said at the beginning of the season, we think they could finish 3rd in the Central Division, but they can't have the reputation that Jim Montgomery described last night.
We're taking 2-part questions here with Jeremy Rutherford, 314-399-9646. Text him in to our Air Comfort Service text inbox. He is brought to you every Wednesday at 9 o'clock on the morning after by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Mark's number is 314-889-0503, or you can go online at evergreen-ws.com. I cannot recommend Mark enough, and just in general, a financial advisor, period. Jackson, you work with him. Is anything you'd like to say about Mark Hanna and Evergreen Wealth Strategies?
Wonderful gentleman, a person that you can trust. a person that highly intelligent. How much do I enjoy Mark Hanna? Well, I work with him.
How much do I like him? My son works with him.
How about that?
Wow. This is an old Hickory homage. Wow.
Old Hawthorne, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. Old Hawthorne.
Old Hickory, great track.
Doug, I'm waiting for how much do I like him? I put dessert in his mouth one night.
Oh, wow. That actually is the right marketing message.
That too. Yep.
Mark Hanna, 314-889-0503. You'll feel better about your financial status and the world in general when you talk to Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. All right, JR, I mean, I'm telling you, the people have flooded this text inbox. Sharon is in the 400 section. Big surprise she ran into somebody knocking beer over who was wearing Hey Dudes. That's just an observation from FestusHotelDeals.com. All right, JR, let's see what we got here. A lot of them are in there. Boy, this Buchnevich contract's really going to age well, isn't it? That's just a one-parter.
One-parter. Yeah. Tell him to come up with another one, or her.
He had an almost breakaway there right in overtime. Well, a guy right on his shoulder, but didn't really get much of a shot.
He did. He went to the backhand, and the goalie got the leg down, and Booch couldn't lift it over the leg pad.
And then a minute later, he takes a penalty.
Yeah, those guys were on the ice for a minute and a half, and you could tell they were tiring out there at the end, and then he takes the hooking penalty that leads to the power play goal. So he's having a tough start. I know that he has the 4 assists, and he can't take those away from him, but, 6-year deal, $8 million. He's got to be one of the players who's delivered. He's got to be a 25 to 30 goal guy, and right now he's sitting on none.
He seems to avoid a lot of criticism. He doesn't seem to be the target. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
The last year plus where he hasn't been great and you need him to be one of your better players. Isn't it interesting, though? It doesn't seem like he ever gets pounded by fans or media or whatever's left of media and whatever's left of fans. I mean, I don't know who I'm talking about, but, there's not much buzz. It didn't seem like he's a target.
Probably not as much as he should be, but there is a pretty good faction. I run into it a lot where same thing Tim just said, that contract's not going to look good. Not that you said it, but the texter did. And so I really do think that the Blues feel they have a guy who can be a piece of this with a Thomas, with a Kyrou, maybe not a primary piece, but a guy who can be part of it. And the past couple of years, ever since they tried to move him to center and that didn't work, and then he went back to wing, he just has not produced offensively.
Well, he's not the only one. Thomas has 1 goal, Kyrou 1 goal, Holloway 1 goal. So none of their big guys have gotten off to very good
I'm saying
start.
over the last year plus, I would say. But agreed. At the beginning of this season, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, no, his point's well taken. And you look at, that's a great point about the Blues start and why it's been so inconsistent. You look at Thomas, he's got the goal and a couple assists. Kyrou, I think, has had some good moments. I think for the most part, he's probably played the best out of those top guys. But the group as a whole, that top 6, hasn't done a lot. Now, Holloway's another guy, and, Jim Montgomery said yesterday, he's a guy who's thinking too much. Like, these are all guys that 6 games in, but they need more from.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hubbard radio president St. Louis, John Kiowski, has entered the studio, and I think a number of your fantasies are about to come true, Doug, as we were about to be terminated live. Live on the air.
Wow.
He's got a bunch of pink slips with him.
Doug,
yes.
Don't be an ass.
There it is! Wow. Boy, that would if you were taking bets, I think that would have been the least likely one to take the shot.
Wow. Can that be a clip it off?
Yeah, that is definitely
okay. What did Coach Kiowski, what's he so worked up about? What did you do, Doug? I've been texting. What's going on?
Just General asked him.
Okay, General asked
Flip that off.
Greetings, JR. A few comments/questions today. Jordan Kyrou played well once, maybe twice out of 6 games thus far. Buchnevich, invisible. Robert Thomas played well once, maybe twice. The Blues have started this way 4 years in a row now. Is it time for a shakeup of these core players? That's Harrison's brother Master. He'd like a shakeup.
Well, I don't think. What are you going to do? Like, if they tried to trade Kyrou in the offseason, they didn't like the deals. He's here. And, I keep saying it, but 6 more years of 8.125 with the cap going up, that's a phenomenal deal if he can be a 35 to 40 goal guy. So that's a question. Can he continue to be that guy? You can look at any team and watch a guy play night in, night out, all the stars you want, and you're not going to get that type of effort every single night. So look, Jordan Kyrou is what he is, and he's going to deliver on some nights and not on other nights. But the Blues are built in a way where you need the Holloways, you need the Thomases, you need the Buchnevich. You need all these guys to come together to be the type of team that Doug has them on paper, and that's not happening right now.
Jeremy Rutherford with us, send in your two-part questions for him, 314-399-9646. I felt like coming into the start of the season, there were two focal points. One certainly implied right out of the gate. Implied is probably not the right term. Actually, Doug Armstrong said if we're having conversations about empty net goals again at the start of the season, we're going to have a problem. But then also the second mission was we can't start out slow. And that, unfortunately, I realize you're talking 6 games, so it's still a relatively small sample size, but the performances haven't been to the level I would imagine that the head coach wants, and that's why his criticism was pointed at the skate Monday and then following the loss last night.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, that correlates to what you just asked is the wide array of games in terms of the opening night loss against the Minnesota Wild, 5-0, right? Then you look good and look like the team that you can be in Western Canada. And then to have the dud against Chicago, 8-3 to lose to the Chicago Blackhawks, then to come back and right the ship against Dallas. And then last night, I just feel like you don't usually see the pendulum swing that much from game to game in a matter of 6 games. And so you talk about the good start. Look, the Blues right now 3-2-1, and look already right out of the gate, Colorado 5-0-2. Yeah. Winnipeg 5-1. Utah's coming tomorrow night 5-2. Vegas 5-0. So the texter was right that the past couple years the Blues have gotten off to a tough start. And last year they had to play catch up. Last year they had to have the 12-game winning streak to put themselves in a chance to get a playoff. So you can't have that. It's a shame that what the Blues built last year with the culture, it's hard to recreate year to year, but you would think that you'd start off in a better spot and the coach would not be questioning the accountability 6 games into the season.
They do not have a third line, JR. Kyrou and Snuggerud aren't third liners. Neighbors is producing too much to be a third liner, and they have 5 fourth liners. Do you feel like the lack of roles are a big problem?
I think at this point, throw the lines out the window because they've been juggled so much for one, and your top lines aren't producing like top lines. There's been a different third line every night, and the guy who you'd probably question, Matthew Joseph, is probably playing as good as any of them. Better than some of these guys who should be producing. So I felt like even if you like the Mayu trade, you're going to be missing a piece with Zach Bolduc. That was a 20-25 goal guy on your third line. If he was on the roster right now, would the Blues be 6-0? No. So they have to get the performances from the other guys to make this thing work. It can't be a situation where Jim Montgomery is just forced to change up the lines and look for those guys to produce. And so right now you say, hey, they have no third line. Well, right now they have no first and second line either.
JR, have you heard anything more about Lucic possibly getting a second look after he injured his hamstring? And second question, I was just stuck in traffic on 270 because of an accident, and I have regular floor mats in my car with those Tough Shield plastic mats on top of those.
Oh, nice.
Does it make me a Hoosier for urinating on the Tough Shield floor mats and then dumping it onto the lane next to me? Thanks. That's Grimy from South County. Those are 2 questions.
Gosh. Let's go with Lucic. He was in the press box last night walking around.
I keep seeing him. Yeah. He's been on for weeks.
He's got a locker stall. He was talking to Doug Armstrong last night in the elevator on the way down. And so I think that's just a matter of time, maybe even today, where they maybe announce another PTO. So he's been rehabbing, and I think that if you're Doug Armstrong, you look out on the ice, not that Milan Lucic is going to come in and save the day, but there's definitely room for him when you're talking about Texier not playing 27 minutes to finish the game. And then
he could get in there and upset some apple carts.
He could, but
pet the cat the wrong way.
If he pets the cat the wrong way, it might help this team. So we'll see how that pans out. But
now the Hoosier question, please.
I think even if Lucic comes in, though, can he play that role and can he do his thing? Sure, but the team's not going anywhere until we see something from those top guys.
He can't save your season.
He cannot.
He cannot.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Where's the help coming from? Is Sundqvist and Toropchenko coming back going to help the top 9? No, it's not. Is Lucic? No. Is Mayu coming back? He's going to no. So that's why it's so important. And I think that's why Jim Montgomery kind of opened up a little more last night. And boy, I did not think this person. What's the name on the texture here?
Which one?
Grimy in South County.
From South County.
Yeah. So I was with him on the floor mats. I think, Doug, there's people in your neck of the woods that have floor mats, right?
Oh, sure.
So that's not.
I happen to have floor mats myself.
You got floor mats?
Yeah.
Do they match the color of the interior?
Yes, they do.
Okay. So I was with the person in terms of you're not a Hoosier just because you have floor mats. Everybody, even Doug, has floor mats. But once you get to the point where you're going to urinate on those floor mats and dump them out.
Because traffic has been stalled for so long, you can't get off the highway.
Yeah, that's where, see, you do what you do in a bass boat. You have the urinal ready. Put it in the glove box, put it underneath the seat, and bring out the urinal in those situations.
Huh. You a fisherman?
Not much. The fish don't like to jump on the hook too much.
But hunting and fishing night last night. How about that?
Yeah.
Blues are now 0-1 on hunting and fishing night.
Yeah, Jeffco was empty last night because they were downtown getting all the hats.
Oh.
Let's see. JR, what are your thoughts on... There it is, Doug.
Tell me what you see.
There it is, Doug.
Tell me what you see.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Look at this, look at that.
Okay. Well, now we got some tension in here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. JR, why are the Blues having such difficulties finishing right in front of the net? And when you wear a snug pair of jeans, do you prefer to tuck to the right or the left? Thanks. That's from Tim's Toothless Bottom Boy.
Well, I'll answer that one first. I don't have to tug either way. So it's just the jeans are tight, and that's all that we go with. We're not John Hamm here, but and what was the first part?
Why they can't score when they're in front of the net.
Yeah, I think that's a situation where you just got to bear down. This team has some skill. Maybe not as skilled as other teams in the league, but, that's a situation. I know it's overtime, but last night that would have been nice, for Pavel Buchnevich to put that one in, and that's a situation where the Blues haven't finished some of those.
Do you think, I realize this is 100% hypothetical, but do you think that Jim Montgomery has as stern of a message, or a comparable, it probably wouldn't have been as stern of a message, following the game, even if, let's say, Buchnevich gets that overtime goal?
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe he saves it for another day. I don't know that he would have came out and said the same words had they won that game last night. Maybe he would have, because I think even in victory, that's where the coaches kind of have a realistic view of the team. I just don't know if he would have been as public with it last night as he was. And, I don't know what you guys think. I'm one of those that believes that the coach doesn't necessarily come out and say those things in hopes that it gets back to the team, because he just came out of the locker room. He could have basically said the same thing to the team. So all those messages that maybe fans or even media think that they deliver on purpose, those things can be said in the locker room as well. So I don't think that he has to go out of his way to say that to the media. Maybe that's just to open the fans' eyes to, hey, look, I see this. I don't want you to think I don't see it, and we're going to correct it. And so I thought he was honest last night, and that was probably a situation that it came after a loss.
My theory is that he barked at the players a little bit, walked down the hall, and kind of was still torqued off, and we heard it, and then the players were responding a little bit to his critique to us and saying, hey, listen, we'll be fine. Okay, get it. All right, go throw a trash can. We're fine. That was my sense.
I think you're 100% right. Because when we talked to Robert Thomas and we talked to Justin Falk, we asked them questions about what Jim Montgomery said. And you could tell, and this is how you can tell, when they pick up on your question right away, they know that Jim Montgomery just said the same thing to us that he said there. So I think that you're exactly right.
Like, they didn't roll their eyes to us, and they respect Monty, but I felt like they were kind of saying, all right, let's not get too carried away. It's 6 games. We'll be okay.
Yep.
And he was saying otherwise.
Yeah, you can't get too down just because you've had a couple bad games. There's some good teams in the league off to horrible starts. Calgary, and Tampa, and Dallas.
A bunch of them. And the thing that I think people should realize, too, is, Robert Thomas said what he should say in that situation. When you come to him and say, Jim Montgomery just said this, that there's no accountability and you guys need to straighten that out, what do you think? If he says, yeah, I think he's right, there's no accountability here, then the alarm bells go off, and, for no reason, 6 games into the season, he's got to come out and say that we believe we're a good team and we're going to get this straightened out. If he doesn't do that, then he's just not a good leader. And so I think he handled it exactly how he should have.
Martin, you're getting support from Harrison's brother, Master.
Wow.
I actually agree with Martin. The players acted like nothing happened. WTF is wrong with them. That's Harrison's brother, Master. JR, question, do you think the Blues will win tomorrow night against Utah? And second question, would you rather swing with graduates from Fox or Seckman? That's from the Swing Haven board member.
The person asking if they're going to win, is that the guy earlier in the show who was asking what new betting apps he should use?
Oh, that was Colonel Sanders. Wonderful call.
It was a real call.
Yeah. So his first bet is going to be based on us saying whether they're going to beat Utah. I think the Blues are going to be a 3-2 winner.
3-2? Wow.
Yeah, so pick the exact
probably
score
taking
on
the
that one.
under.
Never
and
mind that.
taking the
Where are
Blues.
you swinging, Fox or Sekman? Good question.
I don't know if I can answer that.
Doug, don't be an ass.
Well, that was the question.
Yeah, I need John back in here.
Okay.
Let's see. A little confused. We were told that the Blues, based on how they finished last season, momentum, that they were ready to take the next step this year. And now you say that they're a hodgepodge of unmatched talent this season. What changed? Part two, if you had to strand your significant other on a deserted island with one member of the dais, which one and why? That's from the Hoosier Trojan Horse.
Okay.
Nice questions.
It's a fair question about hodgepodge roster. It's just that this team showed a lot last year what it could do with this type of roster. That Doug Armstrong's filling in some holes, bringing in some players, and trying to be competitive. Look, he's bringing in veterans. He brings in a Puce Suter. He brings in a Nick Bukestad. He's not giving the ice time, to the young players. So they want to be competitive, but still, that doesn't mean that these are the players that Doug Armstrong believes can win a Stanley Cup. This is the roster that they're trying to put together. So when you have success, then I think it leads to a higher standard, and I think that that's what we base our predictions off of. And we think that they can be a good team. But when you see nights like you've seen this season, I think you have to step back and realize that it's going to be a process. And we're not going to predict them to be third in the Central and then 2 weeks in say, this is why, this is how good they are. I think you're going to still see that continuation of these players trying to come together. And I've said before, Ken Hitchcock said you can't just go into each year and carry the same chemistry. You got to recreate it, and I think that's what the Blues are going through right now.
But you're dodging the question about the swing.
I know too many people in Fox and Sekman, so.
Oh, is that right, really?
Yeah.
He's a humble brag.
Where the swinging comes from.
They said the same crap last year, that they were a good team and they'll figure it out. 3 out of 6 games have been zero-effort games. The same problem still here or lingering. That's from Mr. Siders.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is the effort. Like, I felt they played okay in that opening night loss to the Wild, but you'd like to see more physicality. And then that's the one thing, if you re-listen to Jim Montgomery last night, he said that I want to see more compete in those one-on-one battles, the board battles, those types of things. There was just everything that you don't want your coach to say about your competitiveness, he said last night that they're not doing. So, the texture's right. That's what you want to see, and Blues aren't showing it.
Jeremy Rutherford, every Wednesday here on TMA, brought to you by Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreen-ws.com. JR, we always appreciate the time. Thanks
and
so
the
much.
answer is Sekman, Doug.
There it is.
Okay, finally, we get to it.
There it is.
Sekman.
That's hot, man.
Get
That's
the chairman
super good.
pumping.
Yeah, Chairman Kurt's on board.
Yeah, he's a Sekman guy. The morning after at InsideSTL.com is where you can send your emails in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. We'll come back with more TMA here on 101 ESPN.
Together Credit Union has 14 branches around St. Louis. So for all your needs, including mortgages, they have those community contributor mortgages. We've been telling you about that. If you're a firefighter or a teacher, find out more online, togethercu.org. Find out what the rates are available. They try and tailor-make some of these packages just for specific groups like our community contributors. Togethercu.org, the website. Find out all that information. They want to be your hometown home loan lender, and they do everything here in town, the underwriting, servicing, everything is done in St. Louis. And I love the fact Together Credit Union has a little fun with it. The Zoo debit card, the City SC debit card, having some fun while also putting some of that money back into the community, like the St. Louis Zoo. So they do great things like that for the community while also providing great home loans to you for our community contributors. All this great information, one spot online. That's togethercu.org.
This is Jackson with the Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Thunder kick off the NBA season with a win over the Rockets last night behind a 35-point effort by rating MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Welcome back. It is the Morning After 101 ESPN show presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the presentation. A presentation which you can watch by going to your YouTube app, opening it up, and typing in TMASTL, and then you can rank how cute we are. I'll only read it if you rank me number one.
JR avoided the question.
Yeah,
on the deserted island.
I actually have texted him an answer.
Who would get to?
He hasn't answered yet.
Who he would send to hang with his wife on the deserted island from this group?
Right.
I think he packed his little briefcase and ran.
Yeah, he didn't want any part of that.
You'd want the person who could come up with food, right? You'd want someone who could fish.
Yeah, I've made it clear that once I graduated from St. Louis U High, I don't have to do manual labor anymore, so I'm probably out.
Okay.
I don't think any of us would be a good choice.
No,
if I'm being
agreed.
honest.
How long do you think you'd survive on your own on a deserted island?
Can my dad be there?
No.
Well, then I'm out.
Tim's dad is on the island. Timmy, I'll go sell some spots. But, Dad, we're on a deserted island. That's okay. People need to buy coconuts. He's out wheeling and dealing to the natives on the island. Yep. Timmy will do a live read for you tomorrow if you just give me some damn food.
See? That's why I can't do it if he's not going to be there.
People still need to buy coconuts.
Give your answers in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat where they're looking for a hotel near Busch Stadium, it looks like. That's what Jack Hoare is looking for. Doug, if you want to have any recommendations on hotels near Busch Stadium, that's what's being discussed in the Michelob Ultra.
Okay, the Weston's right across the street.
It sure is. So that's right there for you. If you're going to podcast the program, the podcast brought to you by Schaefer Door Company, SCHAEFER Door.com. Schaefer Door Company. When it gets cold, that's when garage doors can have some issues. If that happens to you, go to SchaeferDoor.com. Jason Gosrow, longtime sponsor here on TMA, and we are clients of Schaefer Door here on the program. SchaeferDoor.com. SCHAEFER door.com. They set up a number specifically for TMA listeners to call or text to get them the quickest response time. The number is the following: 636-782-3608. Sponsor the podcast here on TMA and 101 ESPN. They also service commercial doors as well. So if you run a business or a warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. SchaeferDoor.com. Schaefer Door, a CHI overhead door dealer. The program, TMA, here on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel.
Hanging at a whiskey distillery, but not just any. This is going to be in spectacular Scotland. Looking forward to this trip to take with you, the listeners, to Scotland. Checking out Edinburgh, Glasgow, all of these great spots you've seen probably over the years, maybe even a great shot featured in a movie or a TV show. How about seeing it for yourself? I'll be there with you. Going to Scotland next summer. It's June 15th. Plenty of time to plan this out. And you can find out all the information by calling Altair Travel at 314-968-9600. Our friends at Altair can give you more information about Colette Travel. They've been doing this for a long time, and they handle all the details, flights, meals, hotels, all the local experiences. You don't have to get online and try and piece it together. They'll do all of that for you. Spectacular Scotland next summer. Check it out as we all head there together. Maybe some TMA stories from over the years. We'll tell those while we're sipping whiskey at the distillery, checking out the National Bagpipe Center, the Orkney Islands. So many great spots. One trip, all put together by our friends at Colette. More information at Altair Travel, 314-968-9600. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, round ball rock, Doug.
It's
John
back.
Tesh.
It's back.
And that means Michael Jordan is now doing the Wayne Gretzky thing that he's doing on TNT, but he's doing it on NBC with the NBA. What do you mean?
I would say it's a little less on site, and by that I mean he wasn't on site.
Where is he?
Was he out at Grove or at his house?
Looked like his house. Tirico did a sit down with him that played at halftime. I think that's going to be most of his involvement. I don't see him on a panel anytime soon, but maybe I'm off.
You boys get that audio? I said thank you, Chairman Kurt. Here it is. Michael Jordan talking it over with Mike Tirico. Doug, how often do you think Michael Jordan plays basketball?
Plays basketball?
Yeah. Golf, it's 36 holes a day.
He probably shoots around 2 or 3 times a week.
All right. Here is Mike Tirico with Michael Jordan.
Do you ever pick up a ball and just shoot?
I haven't picked up a ball in years.
No, come on. Just like walk past. There's got to be a hoop somewhere at your place.
You don't see a hoop anywhere around here, right?
I don't. Wait,
seriously,
the last time you picked up a basketball and shot it?
I was at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And I rented a house from the owner.
Sure.
He came over to do pictures. He had grandkids. And I was meet and greet and thank him for allowing me to stay in the house. And he had a basketball court. He says, I want you to shoot one free throw. I said, really? And I already paid for the house. It's not like they got to see me. So when I stepped up to shoot the free throw, it's the most nervous I've been in years.
Stop it.
In years.
Stop it. Come on.
And reason being is those kids heard the stories from the parents about what I did 30 years ago.
Right.
So their expectation is 30 years prior, and I haven't touched the basketball.
I hope you swished it.
Absolutely. I got the most gratifying, that made my whole week, is that I was able to please that kid, not knowing if I could.
Okay. Pretty surprising that he didn't ever pick one up. It's such a huge part of his life.
Yeah.
But I think Tim's right. It's all golf all the time. Yeah. So it doesn't even, I mean, I guess when his kids were younger, he was probably out balling with them. But now.
When his kids were younger, he was on the Wizards. Oof.
His kids were on the Wizards. Oof.
Yeah. Not the best part of his career, certainly.
I like the reporter comeback. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, Tirico, who's on the call and did a great job.
You have to have a lot of cachet to be able to say things like that.
Stop it to Michael Jordan. Yeah. Stop it.
Grove is still under repair, Doug. It's opening up next month. He built a huge building near there for his cars and has some living area in it. That's from Steve in Wildwood.
Okay.
He does keep a very low profile.
Yeah.
I see him at NASCAR as much as anything now.
Yeah, he sold his interest in the Hornets, of which I would not say he was a great owner, but he did make a lot of money off it. So
Are
I guess
they
that's the
ever
point.
any good since Glenn
No.
Rice?
No, they weren't even really that good then. No.
And they were the Bobcats. And now
the
they're
Bobcats,
Hornets
back
again?
to the Hornets. Yeah, it's been rough.
Feels like a lame franchise.
Yeah. But NBA on NBC was really good last night.
Was it?
Yeah. It was Mike Tirico on the call was great. Love Reggie Miller was with him there. And then Iron Eagle's son, Noah Eagle, was the lead on the call. The
He's
late
good,
game.
too.
Really good. Sounds literally just like his dad. Like the exact same as his dad.
Doug, I feel like we're hosting Around the Horn. Eric in the Central West End. MJ's the GOAT, full stop. And then a text a few above. Don't care. The GOAT is better. That's from the 314.
Michael Jordan has reached a level of fame that it's probably difficult to be Michael Jordan now. You can't just casually go anywhere without people all over you, probably.
When he, I feel like maybe one of you guys would have been with me at this. Cardinals played a Friday night game. And this was, it had to be about 2 decades ago. And he had dinner and drinks at the Westin right across which was a topic in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat for whatever reason, the Westin or hotels around Busch Stadium. And I couldn't believe it. When we got over there were so many people whatever that restaurant was at the time, I can't imagine it's still there at the Westin, but that restaurant space probably is, that they had set up velvet ropes just around the table, and then like zoo animals, I mean, for real, hundreds of people were just standing around, just watching him, and I think Charles Oakley was with him, just watching him eat. And I couldn't believe that they didn't, that he didn't go, yeah, can we just go to a different room? It's unbelievable.
That is crazy.
If I would have, back in the day, if I would have had a phone, I would have taken a picture, and it would be like some kind of thing that you couldn't believe truly happened. It's still weird to me to think. Yes, I can't imagine he goes out all that often.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah.
And if he does go out, it's to a place that he owns or has stake in so that he can kind of control what goes on.
I can't believe he would be comfortable in that setting, that there wouldn't be a table, like even against the wall or something.
Right.
But at some point, if he's driving his Escalade, he's got to stop at a gas station. And everyone around him, oh, it's Michael Jordan. Can I have a picture? Will you sign this? Everywhere he would go, he'd get that, I'm sure.
100%.
It's not like, Gretzky had that level of fame maybe in Canada, but he could kind of blend into a crowd. Jordan at 6'6" is not blending into any crowds.
Cost of greatness.
Tim, your listeners, how do they know all these things about celebrities? I don't believe any of the crap they say. Thanks, that's from Tall and Tan. Guess that's directed at Stephen Wildwood.
Do you think when Gretzky gets a Starbucks over there at Clayton and Lindbergh, coffee ready for the great one? He just puts it on his coffee.
But he kind of looks like a lot of other people you'd see on the street. He doesn't have an unusual look to him.
Yeah. 6'6", probably 210 pounds.
Right.
Live at Lowe's is hosting some training thing this week, and young hotties are everywhere. You should stay there, boy. That's from Stephen Wildwood. He's got inside at the Grove. He's got inside in downtown St. Louis.
Sure seems to, yeah.
He's a man about town, both in South Florida and St. Louis.
Right. And wants to run on the short side of the field.
That's correct.
Even when you'd really like to get in the middle of the field to help your field goal kicker.
Boy, having Michael Jordan shoot a free throw, it is kind of bossy, though. Even like, hey, get over there, just shoot one free throw. And if he misses it, then he's going to have to shoot another one. But it reminds me meeting Ahmad Rashad, who was always Michael's guy. Like you'd go down to the sideline, oh, it's Ahmad and he would say, oh, and Michael and I were riding in on the limo today. It was always insider knowledge. He was at a restaurant in Milwaukee. I was a college senior. He's doing the Packers game the next day. So I just went over. I introduced myself. Hey, Mr. Kind of like Michael Jordan, probably needed the velvet rope because I went right up to Ahmad Rashad and said, hey, how are you? I'm a broadcast mate. I was just trying to be very polite. In hindsight, probably should have left him alone. But he was staring at the TV over my head the whole time. And then, was it Reggie or Rowdy McKenzie, who played for the Buffalo Bills, great blocker for O.J. Simpson, was with him.
Reggie McKenzie.
And he was like an executive for the Seahawks. He's sitting with him, and he's engaging me. He's like, oh, what kind of class are you taking? Oh, good for you. And Ahmad Rashad just staring at this TV over my head the whole time. And I said, boy, you don't seem real lively.
You said that?
Yes. And then he looks down and he goes, boy, what you want me to do? Get on this table, do a little dance for you? You're not happy? You need me to do a dance for you or something? I said, oh, I'm good, thanks. And I just walked away. So I would tell this story, and then I worked at an NBC station, and then we get publicity photos. And the guys I work with, including Joe Goldberg, would always pull out the Ahmad Rashad celebrity photos and sign them. And they'd sign like a little message to me like, Martin, great to see you doing so well. But maybe asking Michael to shoot the free, you can do that because I'm sure this guy was super wealthy, but maybe don't go up to Ahmad and ask him, how's it going?
Yeah.
Not as friendly.
It would take a certain personality to be able to deal with that. Ahmad Rashad didn't have near the fame.
No, I honestly
he
was
loved his
just
time in St. Louis.
Bobby Moore.
Bobby Moore, first round pick.
I should have called him Bobby. What's up, Bobby?
Yeah, that could have been the way you could have exited.
I just want a little broadcast. If I should have known then to pivot the career. It's my fault. He was actually doing me a favor in hindsight.
And he married Felicia
Rashad.
And his daughter starred on Billions, Jackson. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, right? I'm almost positive that's the case.
Yeah, that's why you listen to Movie Boy, Doug. You get insight. I can confirm Stephen Wildwood's been to the Grove, and so have I, you peasants. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
Oh, I have not. I'm a peasant, for sure. And don't even care. That's the sad thing. I really could care less.
You don't want to be a noble?
No. I'd take it, but I'm not going to.
Jackson, will you let Doug be a noble just for a day?
Absolutely.
How about that?
You dress like it.
I dress like a nobleman?
Yeah, a modern nobleman.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay.
You're noble in my eyes, Doug.
I never really felt comfortable in that ritzy country club set surrounding. I never really felt like
because you're meat and potatoes.
I am a meat and potatoes guy.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm uncomfortable having a caddy because I identify more with the caddy than I do with the other millionaires.
God, this is so
playing
folksy.
golf.
You're going to have
I
to
need to write this down when I'm doing my relatability
Seriously.
classes.
You're going to need to drop all of that if you're going to be a nobleman. Empathy for the common man
Do you
out
have
the
empathy
window.
for the caddy carrying the heavy clubs everywhere?
Do you tell the
get
caddy?
to play and
Let me
he's
grab
working?
that for you. Let me
I would,
let me just
yeah.
carry that for
Well,
you.
you're paying. He's getting paid.
I don't want anyone to have to carry my clubs.
No.
It seems cruel.
And especially if you're 40 and they're 70, like then you're like, oh, let me give
God,
you a hand
no.
there, fella. Because I really feel bad about this.
I caddied at a local place. I shan't name it. Back in the day, and you know, as you might be surprised, not a lot of people from my neighborhood were members. It said establishment, and I had no idea what I was doing, none. And I recall one time, and I was having a conversation with a guy, friendly enough guy, and I'm just standing there while he's over a putt, and I didn't know this stuff. Jackson, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you probably knew this by the time you were 3 years old. And he turns around and just stares at me, and I go, I think a little right to left, and he goes, no, your shadow is over my ball.
Oh, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid.
Okay, doctor, I'll...
Does this mean I'm not going to get tipped?
Yeah. It's certainly something to get upset by.
Yeah. There's ways to deal with
I was a
situations.
caddy at Algonquin, and man, we used to just get, honestly, treated like crap. I've had a lot of people
so wrong,
by the
though.
caddy master first and foremost.
So wrong.
It was kind of, when that movie came out, I'm like, oh my God, this is dead on. But you would be on the holes where you would leave the bag. It was like, because it would cross paths, and so you could like be ahead and you're in a spot. And I was there. My buddy Tim was at Frank S. and we're standing there, and the ball is coming right at us. He picked up the guy's bag and like blocked it like a hockey puck. And the member was not amused.
Yeah, he would have rather the poor caddy been
taken it in the
smoked.
skull. Instead, he
And his
held the
leather
up
bag get hit.
and doinked it back 30 yards towards the tee.
Yeah.
Not amused.
Why would so many of these people who obviously have their act together to have the country club membership be so clueless as to treat kids carrying their bags like hell?
Yeah, it's
Why?
a real red flag when
Who the
someone
hell are
treats
you?
someone in the service industry with
Yeah.
disrespect.
I agree with that.
It's a massive
It's a
red
good
flag.
tell, but I think it's a valuable tell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like acting like an ass on social media. It's like, yeah, okay, now I kind of understand what we're dealing with. You know, if somebody's treating like a bartender or a waiter or waitress
really poorly, that is a major character
a caddy
flaw.
whose shadow candidly couldn't be more than like a foot.
I was gonna say, were you over the ball?
I mean, hey Steve, hey Orson Woods Wacko, do you really get to go to the Grove if you shoot over 100? That's from Mr. Siders, who's critical of their golf games.
Probably a fair question. And by the way, they weren't all jerks. There were plenty of members who were super nice and polite, but you would often run into the opposite.
And you remember more of the people who are jerks.
That's true.
It just seems like if you're at your country club playing golf, life is pretty good for you.
Right.
You're out there doing what you really want to do. What do you have to be mad about?
Lose your ass gambling.
A shadow?
You taking a shot?
Just that. I would say that would, if we're looking at things that would set people off, it might be losing their ass gambling.
How old
at
were
said
you?
country
How
club.
old were you, Tim? Because I'm more shocked that you would have a shadow. I mean, no offense.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I already established. It was about a foot, maybe. I don't
and this
know.
guy, who is this guy? Let's name him. Let's call him right now, Doug, on the air.
My guess is he's no longer with us.
Okay. Oh. And that was true. A lot of the older ones were a little more cranky, I
My
would
guess
say.
is he's no longer with us. If Tim's shadow was over my ball, I'd take a picture and frame it. Thanks. That's Eric in the Centralist.
stop it.
And you treat caddies with respect, period. That's from Mr. 63011. Wow.
Does that even have to be said?
I'll go a step further. Treat everyone with respect.
How about that?
You know?
No
Caddies.
concept.
Yeah. Just if you treat everyone with respect, you'll never be caught with your pants down the way. You know?
You want to play, Siders? Let's play for everything you have. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko. And all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a match. Warson Woods Wacko is putting everything he has up against Mr. Siders and everything he has. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Is that a loser leaves town match?
Doug, and that's loser leaves town forever and forever.
Forever is a long, long time.
Yeah. Gotta bring those back. Loser leaves town.
You have to just walk
to
out.
relocate.
You could see that sort of disrespect in the fraternity, too, when, there's pledges and some guys are just screaming at them, forcing them to do push-ups and things.
Yeah.
I could never be that guy. How do you scream at somebody like that? I couldn't do that.
But you're a coach. You were a leader of men.
Yeah, St. Kitty's.
Screaming at
Sometimes
anybody.
tough love.
Well, I think Doug's trying to be overly folksy since Coach Kiowski called him an ass earlier this hour.
Yeah. I mean, could you
Change
yell at
the
pledges in your fraternity? Did you scream and yell at pledges?
No, I didn't. There were people who did that I think had mental issues. Like this was their big opportunity to berate.
That was usually the trait. Things weren't going. It's kind of actually now like social media. Now that I think about it, 3 decades later, I'm like, man, this guy's really upset that this pledge didn't remember like the Jordan Standard or whatever the hell it was. The stuff we had to remember, Martin.
Right.
What about the man in the mirror?
This guy.
20 years old, screaming at a guy who's 19 years old.
Right.
Letting him have it.
But you earned that right to yell.
Oh, sure.
Guys, if you see Tim's shadow, that means 20 more years of greatness. That's from the unknown DJ. Wait, is this everything Mr. Licks has or his father-in-law has? That's from Uncle Moose Saucy Pork Steak?
This is
I like a
Ciders.
pork steak.
Mr. Ciders, not Mr. Licks.
Mr. Licks and Warsaw Woods Wacko are going to have a balance sheet showdown.
They're doing a balance sheet showdown. Warsaw Woods Wacko and Mr. Ciders are playing golf for everything they have.
Yeah, at the aforementioned Starbucks. That's where the balance sheet showdown will go down.
That's
But
correct.
Licks is going to pay Papers money because Mizzou's going to win at least one more game.
One more win. One more
And
win
then you
gets
get
me
paid $50 to your Venmo?
Right now we're at a push. But yeah, $50 if Mizzou wins one more football game.
They'll win one more.
Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. That is coming your way at approximately 10:45 here on the program. It is TMA 101 ESPN.
Red Barn Vodka, 1879 bourbon. All of these are available at the Village Bar and other places around town. And what those are quality, tasty, handcrafted, small batch spirits made right in back at that cool-looking barn behind the Village Bar. When you park, you see the barn. A lot of folks don't know that's the home to 1879 Distilling, which makes these different flavors of vodka, 6 different flavors, the premium brand as well, 1879 rye, the 1879 whiskey. They've got a long list of spirits they're making. You can find out more, 1879distilling.com. Pretty cool website that tells their story. They wanted to pay homage to the early 1800s when the German distilling was a big thing in St. Louis down by the river. There's a great tradition in this town. They want to tap into the quality, taste, and tradition. You can taste a difference when you sample it for yourself. Ask for it by name. If you're up at the Village Bar watching a game, maybe the Cards and Blues and Mizzou, one of those games is on, and you're hanging out anyway, if you get a vodka tonic, spice it up. It's Alpha Red Barn Vodka. You can get a different flavor. Get into Manhattan. Chairman Steve, I'll meet you at Village Bar. Get yourself a Manhattan with an 1879 rye. There really is a difference. It is 1879 Distilling, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's not folksy.
I'm just looking at the dossier now. Was what I sent you what you already had in there on the Michael Jordan?
What'd you send me?
The Michael Jordan audio we just played.
Oh, yeah. If that was what you just sent me, yes. Yeah, I had it.
Did I send you the same thing Tim sent you?
Yes.
Doc, we're sending this guy too much audio. That's why he hates us.
He's bitter.
That's not why I hate you.
Why is it?
No, I don't hate anybody.
Do you hate Harrison's brother Master?
Least of all you guys. No, I don't even. That's a name.
Do you want to hang out with him?
No.
Is that why?
But that wouldn't be. That's not like precedent. I wouldn't want to hang out with a decent amount of people. I assume most people don't want to hang out with me.
Earlier we talked to roommates. Here's a groomsman nugget. Ahmad Rashad, according to the text line, biscuits with McGravy. Ahmad Rashad's 2 groomsmen at his wedding were O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby. Didn't age well.
No.
Wow. That is a fun fact. Mr. Siders has been challenged by the Warson Woods Wacko to play for everything they have.
Everything.
Yep. And that's because Mr. Siders said regarding Stephen Wildwood and Warson Woods Wacko's claims that they have played Grove 23, Michael Jordan's course that he built for himself, and Doug, I believe, 150 members.
Is that all?
Yeah. The downstroke is significant, as you might imagine, to join, and it's invite only. And he texted in, did you really go to the Grove if you shoot over 100? And then the Warson Woods Wacko was not happy about that text. And he said, want to play, Siders? Let's play for everything you have. Mr. Siders has responded. Wacko will not say what he shot at the Grove. That's from Mr. Siders. But he has not said yes or no to the offer to play for everything he has. And I don't know who covered in this
I
situation.
assume they haven't met in person, so Siders should say sure, and then find the best golfer he can find to play for him and claim that that's him.
Yeah, but the Warson Woods Wacko knows me, so he would know.
No, there could be another great golfer.
What?
Besides you.
You sound like an ass now.
He'll get Wellington. He'll get Jay Delsing, get some free golf balls. Someone like this to light him up. Claim that he was...
And then take everything from the Warson Woods Wacko?
That's right. Or
Warson Woods Wacko's going to have to move in with you, Jackson.
Wacko could do the same thing.
No room at the inn. Unfortunately. Yeah.
You're saying the Warson Woods Wacko could get Jay Delsing.
Papers, can you see this picture?
What do we got going on here, Martin?
Did you guys see this photo?
Yeah, I tweeted a picture. I made a meme of it yesterday. Yeah.
Well, he's from today.
Me and Killian Murphy and Oppenheimer.
It looks like the sun sniped you and Manute Bowl eligible.
Yeah, it's rough, man. But we're good now. The blinds are closed. I'm all good.
You look like you're being...
Well, I just power right through it.
Sun.
I'm a gamer. I know I can just roll with the punches.
You didn't do anything wrong, but it looks like the sun is piercing you.
How about this? Somebody was at the Westin that night that I'm talking about where Jordan was sitting there with Oakley. He said, Tim, that night Jordan was at the Westin, was also some sort of quietly promoted celebrity bartender thing because Fernando Vigna was behind the bar.
Oh, nice.
I couldn't believe Jordan was sitting so close to the entrance. That's from Ball Game.
Interesting.
How about that?
Fernando Vigna, friend of the program.
That's right. He was a surprise guest.
He was a surprise guest.
And a great one at that.
He was good. Yeah, told a lot of good stories.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't come back for Renteria. He and Renteria are buddies.
Yeah, they were tight.
I don't think he was back for that.
That would have been because I think he made a kind of a ask of us to try to get him a red jacket.
Was that on? I couldn't remember if that was on the air or off the air.
And so I would think that it would help his cause to get the red jacket if he came back for a red jacket ceremony.
Yeah, schmooze a little bit.
Yeah, you got to schmooze.
I can't remember how I played at the Grove, Siders. I have played multiple times. If I had to guess, I'd say upper 80s, you bag of horse, and then it gets graphic.
Oh, gosh.
It's Warson Woods Wacko.
So they used to just hate us. Now they hate each other. It's all turned.
That's right. It's 750,000 for the most recent members. I've played 12 rounds there with 2 under 100, but I have a birdie per round. That's Stephen Wildwood. He's answering Mr. Siders' questions on how he plays.
750,000 to join?
That's the downstroke.
Boy, that'd be sweet.
And then how about the monthly? What would that be?
$50, $60?
Yeah.
Another 20 grand,
as long as you buy a hot dog at the turn every round, you're fine.
And where's all that money go?
Course maintenance, I assume.
Well, a lot
Sweet,
of courses
guy.
have maintenance. They don't need that much money.
Clubhouse maintenance, and then the pockets of people who own it.
Yeah, that was the correct answer there.
I don't think it's a 501c3. Like I think they're looking to make some money.
Well, why don't we start a super exclusive country club in St. Louis?
All right, where do you want to go? Where do you want to put it?
Well, I don't know. I don't have that answer.
Are there any for sale? It feels like we had an oversaturation for a while.
Yeah, Jackson, I know you remember the Log.
I was going to say we could acquire Bogey and then kind of strong arm the Log into giving us their land. And
You want to do that today?
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Say, can we build an executive 9?
A lot of weird and misplaced pride in the show's audience. It's like in Audio Lime, people willing to knife fight over the damnedest things. What a world you guys have created. That's from Arbor Day, who wants to have his name changed to Jay Delsing's golf balls, I believe.
I want some of those golf balls. I want a dozen of them.
Yeah.
He had like 50 dozen, didn't he?
He's like 3 dozen at a time, I think.
Yeah, Arbor Day is saying that our show is an audio lime.
I don't even know what that means.
Knife fighting? Are there knife fights in lime?
So it's more figurative than literal.
There's a Michael Jackson video, right, where he beat it, where they did a thing where they like locked their arms together with like a shoelace. They tie it together and then had a knife in each hand.
That's
so
right.
I guess
And then they would dance around, and then there was a man who was able to jackhammer himself, and wouldn't we all?
Oh.
And then they was trying to stab each other. That always seemed like a bad idea.
Eddie Van Halen with the guitar solo there, Jackson. Think
Is that
about
right?
it. Yeah.
Didn't see that coming at the time.
And then Scorsese directed the Bad video. I think that's right.
Doug?
And De Niro was in it?
Gotta listen to Movie Boy.
Gareth on this week?
No.
Secret guest.
Surprise guest.
Surprise guest.
It's
Oh, it's a surprise. Marty, you got that trademark.
Surprise guest.
Yeah.
You have to wait for Saturday.
John Hamm?
You have to wait for Saturday, and then next week.
Eddie Munster?
And then next week, next week we'll have a Halloween special.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Scary movies?
Scary movies.
What's the scariest movie of all, boy? Human Centipede.
Scariest movie
or is
of
that just
all.
most arousing?
That one certainly, that sticks with you. That's a resonant film. The scariest movie of all time. Wow, that's a tough question.
You going Saw? You always talk about Saw.
No, that's
That
just
little
gross.
doll,
That's
he's
just
on a trike.
That's just gross. Saw doesn't. That's not scary. A lot of people tell you The Ring. The film The Ring.
You've seen The Ring. It's scary.
The Ring is scary. The Ring is scary. Exorcist probably gets some votes, although I'd say a movie that came out in the early 70s is tough when you think Hereditary.
Like Beyond the Green Door.
Right. Hereditary from 2018 is very scary and very good. So I'd probably put that up there.
So
Certainly
you
in the
and
modern-
Gareth are going to watch scary movies together and record the audio of your squeals.
And then I love The Shining, I love The Shining. I don't think it's
the
as
Blair
scary.
Witch Project scary.
Yeah, that's way up there, too. It's only scary because, like, if you don't know beforehand that it's all fake, you might think it's real because it's shot on a camcorder and it's, you're like, oh, my God, is this actually happening?
The answer is Paranormal Activity. The 314.
No, I wouldn't put it there. But
Well, some people like something.
yeah, of course. And we'll break it all down. I can announce who the guest for that one will be. I'm going to be talking with Learn about scary movies.
Are you really?
Yep.
So you're going to cock Iggy, huh?
I guess if having Learn on any program is cucking Iggy, then yes.
Can Iggy at least be in there with you?
I don't know how much he loves scary movies. Iggy's been a guest on Movie Boy. We talked about Happy Gilmore, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
God, that was horrible.
Really bad. I have it second to last on my...
That episode of Movie Boy or Happy Gilmore?
Yeah,
Happy
be
Gilmore
specific
too.
here, Doug.
Oh, my.
Shout out to the Post Sports Bar and Grill, sponsor of the of Movie Boy.
We'll learn to, how are the movies? Are they great?
More or less. Yeah, I think I have Happy Gilmore 2 as my second to least favorite movie this year.
Yeah,
and I don't think
Are you
it'll be...
looking at, do you have notes on this? Do you have rankings?
Letterboxd. You're not on Letterboxd?
No.
It's like a movie social media app. It's for the really cool people.
Okay. He was looking down. I didn't realize you had all this
I'm on
noted.
my
Okay.
list.
I see. Okay. Wow. Coach Kornfeld, earlier question about the running game, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
He did respond. I asked him to call in. He said he couldn't because he was at a doctor's office. He said, "What's up?" And I said, "Well, Chairman Steve was talking about running to the short side of the field."
Yeah.
Naturally, I'm sure his wife was like, "Why are you?" Oh, well, don't worry. It's just what the fellas need to know. He said, "Sometimes the defense will set their formation to the field instead of the formation itself. So maybe they are tilted the other way. Defensive alignment, I think, is what he's saying."
Okay.
Hence, the offense can outnumber the defense with personnel into the boundary, saying that you could, in that scenario, want to run to the short side.
Sure. I'm not saying you should never run to the short side. Sometimes it makes great sense. If you got a great left tackle or something that's dominating his man and you got a speedy guy and get out, of course it makes sense. On this particular time, it was a third down where a field goal wins the game for you, and you got an iffy kicker at best, and you should have run to the far side of the field to get in the middle of the field to have a straight-on kick at the field goal, which they wound up missing by a foot because they were all the way to the left.
Now, to play devil's advocate, some kickers do prefer a certain hash mark. Like some guys do.
What's Bobby Boots prefer?
Instagram.
Close. I think he prefers it close.
I'm not saying don't get near either hash mark. Get in the middle of the field.
Yeah, close as possible.
Where does your kicker like it? Left or right hash?
Yeah.
Close.
Up is where he likes
What's it going to be like in Fayetteville, Arkansas on the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend when Missouri just needs Bobby Boots to kick a 25-yarder to find itself hosting the Notre Dame Fighting Irish the next week, and Bobby Boots is out there and Jackson Burkett is sitting at O.B. Clark's? How are you going to handle that, Papers?
I'd just weep.
He'll be able to do it. You're not going to turn your back on that on the TV.
I'll be honest. I watched his kick in overtime and he missed. I think
you blame yourself
because they were all the way to the left side.
Well, that probably didn't help.
No, it didn't help. It was the reason.
Is that Arkansas game a Saturday now, not a Friday?
It's Saturday.
I kind of liked it as a Black Friday game.
Arkansas fans didn't like it because they preferred playing LSU, which was the tradition for many years.
Prefer whatever they want.
Wow.
Winning.
Pig suey.
Carve up a winning season recently. And
is that a Thanksgiving joke?
No, but it worked.
Oh, I was going to have a dad joke. I like that.
Mr. Siders has still not responded as to whether or not he will play Orson Woods Wacko for everything he owns. Playing the Grove, but you don't remember your score or have it saved in gin. Look out, we got a stick here, boys. That's Mr. Siders.
Oh. Okay.
Guess we're going to have a balance sheet showdown on the golf course.
Some guy really didn't like my take about the hash mark. I'd always heard some kickers prefer on a certain hash mark.
I'm sure they do, but I can't imagine any kicker would say, no, don't put me right in the middle of the field.
I would agree.
No.
I think
that's
all
not
of
the
them
last
like
place
the
I'd
middle.
want to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Bobby Boots. He's going to win it on Saturday, Papers. We're going to be celebrating Bobby Boots.
That'd be great. I mean, in all honesty, that overtime kick, he had plenty of leg. It was a good kick. It pulled it all. And honestly, looking at it from straight above, like ahead, not the TV angle, but the angle that Drink would have saw, I get why Drink ran out there.
And then he said yesterday, Martin, I don't know if you caught this. I know you enjoyed Tiger Talk and Toughness Tuesdays.
Toughness Tuesdays, Martin.
Every time he says that, I'm going to text Martin. Toughness Tuesdays, and I think Mondays are Mindset Mondays. I'm dead serious.
They have to be alliteration.
Everything's alliteration.
What's Wednesday? Orson Woods Wednesdays?
He said that one of his defensive players did a flip to celebrate the kick when it went through.
So he wanted to back it up a little bit, like it wasn't just me.
God. And somebody I saw was at the game, and they said, yeah, I saw some guy do a flip when he missed the kick, and I thought, what the hell's he doing down there? What a scene. War Eagles a little suspicious of Missouri being the conference anyway. And what happens when they miss a kick in overtime? The coach runs out celebrating, and one of the linebackers starts doing flips like he's Ozzie Smith on opening day.
You better
be hell's going on up north?
You got to be glad you won that game. If not, that'd be replayed over. Now it's a forgotten.
That and the Zion Young coin toss, hot mic. Yeah, you had to win that game. Otherwise, you were going to get trolled mercilessly.
Yes.
Matt Hasselbeck at Green Bay.
It's a dated reference for Papers, but 20 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
On the mic at a Lambeau, I think it was a playoff game.
Yes, it was.
We're taking the ball and we're going to win it.
He said that?
Yes.
Ooh, and then he threw a pick six to lose it. Yeah, and that ended the Sea Pigeons season. Man, are you not feeling like yourself as you or your family seen a change? Not quite yourself anymore, struggling to focus, no energy for the people you love? Put it this way, if your bedroom could talk, would it have anything to brag about? It could be you're getting older or work stress or the undeniable fact that we've all become our kids' personal unpaid Uber drivers. Whether it's low energy, weight gain, or just that feeling something's off, Mentality can help. I have been to Mentality. I have been tested, and I can recommend it to our audience. Stop being tired of being tired. Get back to the guy you used to be. Visit mentalityhealth.com and reserve your spot today. That's mentalityhealth.com. 10 o'clock hour coming your way, even though it's already 10:16. The program is called TMA. It's presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN. It's October, and this is when the weather really starts to shift. The mornings crisp, the evenings cooler, and before long, those chilly fall breezes will turn into full-blown winter winds. If your home's already feeling drafty or your energy bills are creeping up, now is the time to do something about it before the cold really sets in. And Universal Windows Direct is making it easier than ever with an October deal that is packed with value. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free with no limit. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for 3 full years. And to top it off, get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. It's Universal Windows Direct. Call 314-334-2522, or you can visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate. Buy 2, get 2 free, 0% financing for 3 years. Bonus, $500 off. You'll be glad you did, and just like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hey, this is Jackson with the Sports Center update. That's driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Game 1 of the World Series. You can listen to it right here on 101 ESPN. Coming up on Friday, Blue Jays and Dodgers. Pregame at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7 p.m. right here on 101 ESPN. That was another Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Save just what we need. Let's go. Let's go.
They'll be playing this in celebration tomorrow night after the Blues right the ship.
I think so.
Against the Mammoth before heading out to take on the upstart Wingy Saturday. And that's Little Caesars Arena now, Doug, not Joe Louis, which we got to enjoy back in the day before I was Cool J.
Mike Ilitch made his fortune with Little Caesars Pizza. There's a lot of guys.
Caesars. I like Little Caesars.
A lot of guys that made a lot of money on pizza.
In college, hot and ready, $5. It's a square deal.
I like that term. You like the term square deal.
Yeah, that's where you just showed up and they'd give you whatever they had ready
you got
for
pepperoni?
$5.
Sure, $5.
Square deal.
Square deal.
It's TMA 101 ESPN shows presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Martin Kilcoyne has onboarding every day at 10 o'clock. Even though the show has now been on 101 ESPN for a year, the standard amount of onboarding is about 2, right? 2.5?
2 years, yeah,
right.
I'd say.
So
just workshop after workshop.
That's correct.
There's some people who never get through it in their career.
Chairman Kurt slides into the dais in the 10 o'clock hour, and we read your emails for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day coming up the morning after at InsideSTL.com. So send yours in. The players have been sending in wonderful emails, especially yesterday. I thought it was a great batch the morning after at InsideSTL.com. James Carlton, longtime sponsor here on TMA. He is my insurance agent. And he has been the sponsor of the Tim McKernan Show podcast for, I guess it's going to be 8 years old here in about a month and a half. That's it's already. It was October of 2017. James Carlton, 314-961-4800. Or go online at carltoninsurance.net. That's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. 452 5-star reviews for James and his team at the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency in Webster Groves. Can't say enough good things about James Carlton. That's why my family and I made the switch. You make the switch as well. You'll save money, just like Jamie Rivers did when he made the switch a few weeks ago. It's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. Doug, a weird dynamic here that's popped up on the Colonel's website, PowerMizzou.com. Take a listen to this audio of Aaron Taylor, who is high on Vanderbilt in the Missouri-Vanderbilt game. That number now 2.5. It's dropped from 3 to Vanderbilt minus 2.5. Aaron Taylor loves the Commodores, and here is his reason, and then I'll have the story that took place at Tiger Talk.
Okay.
Cool. This is not an accident, and it's for real. This is a physical football team. Right here on this show last week, I said Vandy may have the best offensive line in the SEC. Definitively now they do, and they are by far the most physical. You look at this Missouri team, the reason Ahmad Hardy can't get yards is because teams are figuring out how to corral him at the line of scrimmage. Missouri's offensive line struggles. They're free runners at times, and because of that, Rick, that defense of Vandy, I think, can nullify it. Back-to-back weeks, Missouri running the footballs had their season low. It's trending in the wrong direction. Vanderbilt, on the other hand, leads the country in yards before contact. A lot of it's because of that option game and Jerry Kill and that offense that you mentioned. Vanderbilt's a for real.
Okay, you ain't got to convert me, man. I get it.
Oh, gosh.
So he's high on Vanderbilt, and now the book is out on stopping Ahmad Hardy. So this link was sent into the TMA text inbox, and it was a gentleman sending a link to a post on Power Mizzou, which I am a member. And a gentleman said he went to Tiger Talk last night to show Ahmad Hardy this clip of...
Oh, God. Okay.
Of him being dissed.
Correct.
Okay.
Even though I don't know if it was necessarily...
Right, just why he was not going to be able to run.
Right.
To me, it's a shot at the offensive line.
Right, I would say it's more a shot at the offensive line.
Yeah.
Jackson, that was not you, for the record. You were saying
I didn't make the drive to Harpo's.
You were
although I would.
Clark's.
Yeah.
But if you were at Harpo's, would you have been like, hey, Ahmad, take a look at what Aaron Taylor said?
Yeah, you would have been like, you're really cool for doing that, man. I appreciate that. No, I wouldn't have. I don't know if D1 athletes competing in the SEC necessarily need fans showing them videos of things to get them going for ranked opponent games on the road. I think they intrinsically have that trait, hence why they're in the position they are. But I could be wrong, you know? And again, I think that's more of a commentary on the offensive line thing. Like when I watched the game against Auburn, I wasn't like, man, Ahmad Hardy just doesn't have it.
There
It's
wasn't
like,
any room to run.
Yeah, he was, and I know Keegan Trost was getting like some praise. I thought he was getting beat a lot on that side. It was a lot coming from that side of the offensive line, more so than the Caden Green side. But again, I never played a snap of football, so to really break it down, I think would be disingenuous on my part.
One of the matchups to focus on this Saturday, of course, will be Missouri's edge rushers. Clark Lee talked about them in his, I watched all of his presser yesterday in Nashville, and great praise for, do you call him Dame Time, Jackson?
Damon Wilson?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And also, of course, Zion Young, now very famous for the coin flip at Auburn. This is what Eli Drinkwitz had to say about going up against somebody like Diego Pavia as opposed to, say, Jalen Daniels of Rock Chalk Jayhawk or Lenore Sellers of South Carolina.
I mean, I do think that's kind of a theme for college football right now, and specifically for the quarterbacks that we've played. You know, you speak about Daniels and Sellers, and even Jackson Arnold, I thought, did a nice job scrambling. And so, you know, our guys have some experience. I don't know that any of them are as good at the improvisation as Diego. I think he is, I mean, there's a third down play where LSU has everybody taken away. They have a DN with a free runner on him, and he's able to make him miss with a 3-move in the backfield and then throw it to the tailback who's not even in the play. I mean, he's literally not even an option, but he's eligible, and he found him. So, I mean, that kind of stuff, it's hard to replicate. And, again, I think he's the best that I've seen doing that. I mean, he's a magician back there. So we got to be really disciplined in how we tackle. We got to be disciplined in our angles. It'll be a real challenge.
Yeah, that play I can recall against LSU, just kind of threw it to a running back who ran back after he spun away. It was kind of like the Eli Manning against the Patriots play, except he was throwing it to the side versus Manning throwing it to, was that David Tyree?
Yeah,
I think so.
But that was played, if I the one you're speaking of, like that running back's just blocking. He's an eligible receiver,
Right.
but then they just improvise that. Like it's really hard to scheme against.
I can't wait to see if Young and Wilson will be able to, I mean, contain him is probably too optimistic, but to keep him in relative check, because it's something else. I remember before that game in Columbia last year, hearing the beat writer for Vanderbilt on Gabe DeArmond's podcast and saying there's just something about this guy. He's got incredible confidence, and he's kind of like Magic Johnson. He just makes things happen. And you go, how'd he do that? And I'm like, boy, this guy's really high on the Vanderbilt quarterback, because at the time they had already lost to Georgia State. And so in just 365 days, the nation's perspective on Vanderbilt has shifted, but I still don't think it's fully there. I think if this were even Ole Miss with the performance that Vanderbilt has had, I think they would be ranked higher. For example, Heather Dinich of ESPN had her teams that are already in the college football playoff, and she's got Ole Miss in there, but has Vanderbilt needing more work and Missouri needing more work. And by the way, I don't dispute the two needing more work, but I would say about Ole Miss, what has Ole Miss done that Vanderbilt hasn't done?
Right.
Ole Miss's teams that they've beaten are no more impressive than Vanderbilt's, and if anything, you'd go, oh, it's a little questionable, since they had near-death experiences with Arkansas and Washington State at home, and Vanderbilt played with Alabama in Tuscaloosa. And don't get me wrong, Ole Miss played with Georgia in Athens, but as far as the fact that Ole Miss is just somehow by birthright they're in and Vanderbilt's on the outside looking in, I think is more about the name of the team versus what they've actually done. Either way, Missouri and Vanderbilt will have the opportunity to prove it. Ole Miss, weirdly, if they were to lose this weekend, I think they would be out. And I know that might sound crazy, but I don't think they have the caliber of opposition left on their schedule in the rest of the way to get them over that. I know that sounds a little crazy. At the same time, on the other side of it, if they win this weekend in Norman, I think they're in, because it is hard to see them losing. Of course, it can happen. Mississippi State's given them scares and problems before in that rivalry game. Florida's out there. I doubt that's going to be a problem. Doug, you always worry about the Citadel anytime you see their
I do,
name.
yeah.
out
Military
there.
kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss, I think, would be in. I think Ole Miss is playing for a playoff spot on Saturday, whereas I know the line about Missouri and Vanderbilt is they get in. There they have the in to the playoff by winning this Saturday, but both of them have difficult Novembers that certainly will be putting both schools to the test. The program is called The Morning After. It's presented by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Email in The Morning After at InsideSTL.com for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today. It's TMA 101 ESPN. Michael's Flooring is online at igotfloored.com. Michael's family and locally owned now for over 30 years. And you can go online and get 3 free samples from Proximity Mills just by going to igotfloored.com. Michael's Flooring, if you are in the market for flooring, has 3 easy-to-get-to locations in the St. Louis metropolitan area. They are in Creve Coeur, they are in Darden Prairie, and they are in St. Peters. There is a reason that Michael's Flooring has continued to grow throughout the last 31 years. Employees love working for him as they feel like family, and he makes sure they are taken care of. And this then rubs off to the families buying the product as they know they have the best interest of the buyers at heart. Come see why people are loving getting floored by Michael, and make sure you visit Michael's Flooring by going online at igotfloored.com. All right, Doug Martin wanted this. Unfortunately, he had to leave for onboarding. All I know is it says ESPN Chicago's postgame features a discussion that caught other hosts off guard. What do we got going on here?
I don't know.
Someone tweeted this at me. I guess this was at the Bears postgame show.
The Red Hot Chicago Bears, the team that you adopted.
Yes.
Despite our team, of course, being the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right. And I guess one of the gentlemen on the postgame show, ESPN 1000 there in Chicago, was talking about his nipples.
Oh, I'm feeling good, Peggy. But I felt this way last year at 4-2. Last year at this time, my little guys were hard. My nipples is like a cold, chilly day. I was very happy. Oh, nipples, Peggy.
I'm
my
so
nipples.
glad you clarified.
I know what they are.
Yeah.
I actually do know what those are.
And then what happened? I wish I didn't bring up my nipples, but I did.
Well, you know, it happens. It happens. Sometimes you just
hard
can't.
like raisins.
You,
Because the
Might have to
Bears are
live stream that
4-2.
every Sunday. Yeah, they were able to clip the Saints, preseason Super Bowl favorite, New Orleans Saints, and Jackson's favorite quarterback, Spencer Rattler.
Oof. Why is he quarterbacking? He couldn't even quarterback Beamer's team.
Oh, it always goes back to Shane Beamer.
Well, he stunk there. And the New Orleans Saints were like, we'll take 2 years off and have Spencer Rattler.
I'm high on the Bears.
I am too.
They
Closet
might
Bears
be
fan.
part of the FanDuel spread zone, which I will be shooting here in 20 minutes with me and Rizzuto and Anthony Stalter. They might be in, because they were in my play last week.
Yeah, they have
6-1 last week, Doug, on the FanDuel spread zone.
Nice.
Watch the podcast, make money.
Okay.
I make picks, you make money. I make picks, you make money.
Maybe you need a new man cave to bask in your glory. I'll tell you who could build it for you. Ooh, Collier & Thompson.
Yeah, I could see that.
They do man caves all over town. They specialize in kitchens and baths. Get your house spruced up and don't wait until you move. Do it now so you can enjoy it. Collier & Thompson is your go-to source for every design consideration. Also have a great paint department. You don't want to paint anymore? Have the pros come over and do it. You'll be amazed at how much better your house will look if you have the professionals do the painting. Again, they specialize in redoing kitchens and master bathrooms, but they also do basements and the man caves and the family rooms, and they'll knock out walls. They'll do it all. Or you can just get an appliance there. They have a beautiful appliance area down at the lower level of their storeroom where they got the latest and greatest and high-end appliances. Also got some great deals. I bought a couple things from them there. They just do fantastic work at Collier & Thompson. You know that by the fact that they've been around since the 1950s. They've been improving houses all over town for a long, long time, and they do it better than anyone. For them, it's all about trust and care. Collier & Thompson is people that you know you can trust to be in your home, and they are going to do a fantastic job. And if you don't like it, they'll keep working until you do like it. Collier & Thompson is on Manchester and Baldwin next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Come home to quality online at collierandthompson.com.
Let's see. Diego Pavia is going to reenact Jaden Daniels running like a madman on Mizzou. That's from Mr. Siders, Jackson, but he has not accepted the showdown with the Warson Woods Wacko for all that they are worth.
Missouri won that game, by the way, so not as sick a burn as you think.
Missouri lost that game.
He's talking about Jalen or Jaden?
Jaden.
He said Jaden. Are you sure?
I mean, I'm reading it.
Okay. Well, if he said Jalen, they won that game. If he's talking about Jaden, they lost that game.
Doug, do you follow?
Not really, no. I was thinking about
I thought he said Jalen.
Pavia.
But Jaden Daniels won.
He sure did.
And he won the Heisman, and they showed a lot of highlights of his time in Columbia at the ceremony.
Yeah, well, I'd maybe throw a spy out there, Mr. Blake Baker.
Mizzou's got some big, nasty defensive players. They may try to punish Pavia with a few hits early to slow him down a little bit.
Gotta throw a spy out there.
And then Stephen Wildwood's response to Mr. Siders regarding playing at Grove 23, which Mr. Siders is skeptical of. He says it's not on gin. F face. Also, I love everybody, even the haters, but especially the listeners I've spent time with that are too numerous to mention individually. I don't know what that means. It's like he's accepting the Best Actor Award.
Like Kennedy Center Awards.
I don't know what that is, but it's wonderful. And now Mr. Siders responds to Jackson by saying, good one, dip ass. Doug, there's so much profanity.
Yeah. Well, I thought he said Jalen. Whatever.
We'll take a break. We got the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today is going to be especially banty today. Send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com's TMA 101 ESPN. Welcome back to the program. The program's called The Morning After, 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. The Michelob Ultra YouTube chat active along with our Air Comfort Service text inbox. And we are trying to finalize the time, date, and location of the Orson Woods Wacko versus Mr. Siders, where one person will clean out the other person. Doug, I don't know who has more, the Orson Woods Wacko or Mr. Siders, but they're playing for all they're worth.
And they're going to be left with nothing.
Whoever.
Like their pockets will be turned inside out to show there's nothing left at all.
That's correct.
Their home will be leveled.
That's correct.
Okay, those are high stakes.
I was making this observation to our friend Jackie Papers during the commercial break. There are a lot of people in the text inbox who are looking forward to seeing Vanderbilt win on Saturday, Jackson.
Sure there are.
Lock of the week, Vanderbilt -2.5. I think the key to the game is Vanderbilt being able to stop Missouri's running game and force Boat to pass.
Boat.
Autocorrect.
And we all know that's not there is strong suit. And on the opposite side, Diego's ability to scramble and create more time, it's going to be a big issue. If you want to try to spy him, the Titans against the linebackers.
The Titans?
I just read what's in the teleprompter.
They also play in Nashville, in fairness.
That's correct. Road game this week, though. Yeah. The Titans against the linebackers will be a major mismatch over the middle. This is where I see Vanderbilt having a big advantage.
Thanks a lot, Todd McShay.
Right.
That's from Little Jackie's Rolling Papers.
Okay. Knock it off with that kind of analysis.
Siders, you wouldn't even get close to the grounds, and Jordan is not a fan of top-flight clubs and balls. That's from Orson Woods Wacko.
Nothing wrong with top flight.
Belt to ass from Mizzou, courtesy of Vandy Saturday. That's from that one guy.
I'm sure it would make a lot of people happy.
Speaking of top flight, I've hit a few of those over time. I usually just
You doing YOLA?
I usually play whatever ball I have. But I had a Pro V1 the other day. I hit it farther than I've ever hit a golf ball in my life. Was it just coincidence that I happened to take a good swing with the Pro V1, or does it really carry significantly farther than the other balls?
Little column A, or mainly column A, little column B.
Spin. Okay. Spin is a big factor.
Yeah.
Watch this. Spin,
is a big factor.
Sugar, 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 sugar. Spin, spin, sugar, sugar. I'm rolling balls.
Oh, I just asked about a golf ball. That's all. I didn't need a song. And
Tim's rolling them.
Okay.
LOL, are we really going to play Wacko? Wacko's been on record saying how bad he is. Both Steve and Wildwood and Jackson have seen us both play. That's from Mr. Siders.
Yeah, if it was straight up match, I'm probably putting my money on Mr. Siders.
Orson Woods Wacko's now coming for you too.
Okay, if it's straight up, if it's a straight up match, if there's pops, then
I would hope somebody wouldn't be playing with pops.
Well, then I'm going to be taking Siders.
Oh, Orson Woods Wacko's.
I played with both. Play with both.
Have you really?
Yeah. Design, air, heating, and cooling email today. Next, 101 ESPN.
This is Jackson with the Sports Center update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Blues off today, back in action tomorrow as they take on the Utah Mammoth right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6 p.m., puck drop at 7 p.m. That was another Sports Center update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
All right, Doug, this is it. Design Air Heating and Cooling email the daytime.
All right, I'm ready.
It just gets embarrassing. Paging Midge, table for one. That's from Midge.
Midge. Short and sweet.
Do you feel closer to me knowing I've savored your porcelain potpourri?
No.
From farm to table, from tank to mouth. As I watched my wife's father prepare for his annual colonoscopy,
This is Deke Dotem, isn't it?
No, it's Timmy Walters. He's active in Gabe's postgame show.
Very.
Okay.
As I watched my wife's father prepare for his annual colonoscopy, I couldn't help but admire his skill in organizing his ingredients. You see, kiddo, he said, it's all about marination. I fetched my French fries from atop the toilet tank, dipped them in the fresh drippings from his medical escapade.
Oh. It is Deke Dotem.
Timmy Walters. And savored the asparagus-infused vintage. I took a sip. He took a sip. His droppings became my soppings. That's from Tunnels 12,000.
Just awful. Tunnels 12,000.
I couldn't help but notice that you guys were a little dismissive about people who post a couple of combative thoughts for social media engagement farming without any substantive plans to create anything successful by literally any measure, even being able to generate enough income to buy a pair of Hey Dudes. Well, I guess that you haven't heard about the fellow who was the subject of my Fenton Community College journalism final. His name was Sassy Batman, and once he made Charlie chuckle. He knew he was golden. Just some elbow grease and old timely sayings later, and he was producing a national show, including playing drops when he remembers to do so, and creating daily memories like Goofball talk. Now he can saunter into Obie Clark's with so much agency, a passion for daiquiri with umbrella in hand, and ruffling the puck buddy feathers by having all the TVs changed to court basketball, and on hunting and on fishing night, no less. Better known as the Blues' answer to the Cardinals' Hello Kitty night. This will end up being picture show cinema comparable to Moneyball, reviewed by our very own Sassy Batman to run full circle. Some Shooter McGavin, the vice president of Gongs, basically being a firework. Doug, that's what we got for the Design Air.
Okay.
What you got?
I'll vote Shooter McGavin.
Timmy Walters.
Walters is on the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. We got to go. Bye.